That should be good. I should be ready to go. So let's go ahead and just hit go. Let's go live. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Give me one moment while I wait for it to pop up so I can mute myself so you don't hear me twice. Hoy, it's a shame. Unfortunately, I didn't get to say goodbye to you, but it was a pleasure nonetheless. I'm sure I'll catch you eventually. Nonetheless, sorry, Hoy. If you're still floating around, hi, and have a good night. Houndoom, same thing. I'm sorry, I don't believe I caught you. I apologize for that. Unfortunately, the day got away from me. I didn't have a lot of time, and now I'm going live almost at midnight. Aiden James, sorry for no Friday Night Smash. I just think it'd take too much out of me. Slightly tired. Hopefully everything sounds good, too. And Jose, what's going on? How's it going? Hopefully everything's good, because I actually need to stop and do an audio check here fairly shortly. If anybody could do me that favor of confirming that the audio sounds all right, especially if it's loud enough. So I gotta get the calculator in here. There we go. That's 7,301 encounters on this thing. Gotta admit, wasn't expecting to get ready for a huge hunt like this. It's not really a huge hunt, but certainly this is up there. It's quiet. What's that? My mic? Yeah, I had to worry. I turned it down a little bit. What's quiet? The game or the mic? That was probably the mic, wasn't it? Because I just noticed that I had it set for a lower setting when I was recording Shadow Hearts. So how about this? I'm going to dodge you, Clobbopus. Actually, it's a grap locked. My bad. Yes, the mic. Yeah, I had it actually, you're right. I had it almost 2 notches too low on the output box. So hopefully that sounds a little better. How's that? Nice. I don't want it clipping is the big thing. I've noticed 2 things contribute to it clipping. Is number 1, I don't know what changed, but it does seem to clip more if it's too high, of course. Number 2 is if I don't run the program as an administrator, it clips. So I don't want it sounding all gargly and nasty. It never sounded like that before. I really don't know what changed, but I'm good now. That said, there's only one more thing I need to test. So I'm going to quiet the mic down a little bit. Let me know. Hang on one second. All right, how is that? I don't want it being too loud and clipping, so it shouldn't be clipping right now. If I'm talking like this, hopefully you guys don't hear any clipping and crazy noises like all staticky and gargly. Speaking of which, I could use some water. I was listening to music. Well, by no means do you need to shut the music off. Just quiet me down a little bit. That's still good? Yeah, perfect. It does not appear to be hitting red it's not hitting red too bad, so if I talk, sometimes it looks like if I'm talking too loud, which I guess I'm talking louder because I have my headphones on. But nonetheless, it seems to be okay. So as long as it's not staticky and gargly, I'm really hoping it's not. I hate when I watch back the stream and I'm like, oh, it's all nasty. Nonetheless, Apples and Aiden, let me welcome you. I know it's a really, really late one, so thank you for joining me. Like I say, I would have played Smash, but I got a couple of things I need to fix with that. Obviously, my GameCube controller is a bit of a pain. I didn't want to mess with that right now. But also I don't know if I was up for the butt whooping, you know. Somewhat a mentally exhausting day, so I was like, all right, well, I kind of want to get this hunt going anyway, so I'll just stream this and get going on that. Coming home at 9:30 and had a bunch of phone calls to make. That was a pain. Nonetheless, no, not you, Intellion. I'm looking for. I want that. I want the dive ball. Give me the dive ball. Isn't late for me because my sleep schedule is trash. Yeah, you and well, no, I got a pretty good. I have to have a pretty good sleep schedule, but you know, most of people don't. So you're in the majority, I would think. Most people's their sleep schedule is like non-existent. It's just whenever they drop. Wherever you're at, you know, boom, hit the floor. Right there you go. Oh yeah, I forgot the notification. Maybe I'll just wait. I was going to say, because last time I had that, it was actually, for some reason, it was pulling it from 2 audio sources. So, JoJo original soundtrack. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you much about JoJo because I know nothing other than it's a very big anime right now. Because I hear about it everywhere. And I really wish that somebody could positively confirm if a running chain actually exists or not. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to give it that name. I call it the running chain. That's just what I call it. But at the same time, you know, shiny Pokemon are only called shiny because somebody started it and everybody else started copying it and saying, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, shiny. So if I start running chain, who knows? Maybe it'll catch on. Either way, I wish people could confirm if that was real or not, because certainly Pokemon won't. So how you guys doing tonight? I told you to watch JoJo when you came to my island, and you said okay. That doesn't mean I found the time to do it, though. Especially with work right now, it's got a couple of major projects that have taken up so much time, it's ridiculous. But I said I would look into it, and I did look into it a little bit. Not much, but I did. I have these things all written down. Another dive ball. Sweet. You're not the right Pokemon. Stream JoJo next week. I shall stream it, and subsequently I will get whatever that... I can't remember what that's called when you get when you get copyrighted so hard that like it instantly destroys your stream. Oh yeah, one more disclaimer. The windows are open. I have my windows open. So if you hear like motorcycles and such, that's why. Stream it on Twitch. That doesn't help. The only thing Twitch won't do is they'll ignore it while it's live and then punish you later for it. Yeah, it's DMCA. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it's called. But nonetheless, I don't have to worry about that. I don't dabble with that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Sandygast, you're at 7320, and this is getting pretty long here. It's not bad yet, because when I look back at like, I started to realize I've made the claim a couple of times that out of all the successful catches I have of shinies, I never went over 10,000 encounters. Dialga was the closest I ever got at like 9,900. It was close, like 98 or 9,900. And then I didn't have to worry about it because it sparkled. That was good. However, when I look at like random encounter shinies, I never counted this phrase that popped up, phase hunting. Like, oh, I'm on phase 3, phase 4, meaning that you ran into the wrong target that was shiny first. I counted that as a successful encounter. So I never counted the targets. If I counted the targets, I probably had 10k plus a few times. But that's neither here nor there. 7373. Sorry, 7323. Either way, guys, how's it going? Anybody pick up some of the new titles that have been released recently? Example is Origami King. I know a few games came out. The Ghosts of whatever game that was. I'm very unfamiliar with that. I just remember that was definitely a release that people were hyped for right about now. You get to the point where you have 5 shiny Yungoos. That'd be Eevee for me. I've owned probably, I have to have had at least 40 Eevee at this point. Literally just I had to have had about 40 Eevee at this point. Because when I give them to my friends, it's like, of course, you got to give them multiples because they want shiny Espeon and Umbreon and Flareon. So, what's up, Jose? How you doing? So, Eevee's easily my most known, like that's, or I should say, numerous. My most numerous encounter is definitely Eevee, by far. I've hatched Eevees. I've hunted Eevees. I mean, it's not bad. I like Eevee. Eevee absolutely has awesome shiny forms or shiny evolution forms. So by all means, I wouldn't trash on Eevee. Nonetheless, how you doing tonight, Jose? Man, mouth is already dry. I'm gonna need to grab some water. I didn't get a lot of time, actually. It was really late when I got back, actually. I had a few things to do, and I literally lost time just like that, like so fast. So unfortunately, Friday Night Smash did not happen. I wanted to do something that was probably a little easier, which was just kind of relax, and I should say mentally easier on me. This is all about willpower, and honestly, I'm just sitting here chatting with you guys. So I'm good to go. Like, this is not, I'm not focusing super hard on this. I'm ready to go, but I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not having the will to just give up on a shiny hunt. I'm talking to you guys. Nonetheless, I do apologize for anybody that wanted to play Smash. It's a late one. It's really late after being at work for so long. So hopefully this weekend I'll clear my mind a little bit. Don't worry, guys. Top notch. We'll be good. Plus, I promised Danganronpa about 1,000 times, and I swear, Naya and I are going to do that. She wanted to jump in stream with me on that and play Danganronpa. So I wanted to wait for her. I still want to. Undertale, we're thinking we may not actually wait for that, given that Naya's schedule exploded as well. So we're thinking we'll both play individual. Like, I'll go through it, she'll go through it, and we'll compare notes later, i.e. I'll record that whenever. If I were you to buy Injustice, if I were to buy Injustice 1 and 2, would you play it and buy and play Injustice 3 next year? What system's it on? Oh, that reminds me of one more thing, too. There was one more thing that I made a move on that I thought I would never do, honestly. That was my editing software. I moved. I moved away from Adobe. And that's something I never thought I would see myself doing because I thought Adobe had the superior product by far. However, I just looked at the finances of it. I'm like, wait a minute. I found a program that does everything I need it to at no cost. I'm like, I could be buying games with this every year, or with the yearly cost. I'm like, okay, I think it's time to move. There's just going to be a slight learning curve and a little bit of the uncomfortable nature of unfamiliarity. So, but once you get past that, now I get to reap the benefits. So, however, I was focused on that a little bit this week too. So it's cool though. It's really cool to be able to work my way around other programs. It kind of feels like scientific instruments. So we have a ton of instruments in the world. Examples, HPLC and gas chromatographs, infrared or IR, FTIR they're called. Just a ton of instruments in science. Each one has a manufacturer. Each manufacturer has their own custom software. So you got to be versatile with a lot of software. So that's a skill that I like to have. I like to be able to be versatile with many softwares that all accomplish the same task. So I'm proud to say that it went pretty well with this. Movie Maker. I was shocked, actually. I didn't even know Movie Maker was still around. I remember that's how I made my very first Pokemon videos way back when I would make like guides and show really, really bad recordings or the best I could do type of recordings for shiny hunts way like 10 years ago. That's what I used, was Windows Movie Maker. And then, ready for this one? Especially for like RuneScape players out there, old school screen capture was called Hypercam. And everybody had that stupid thing at the corner of their screen. Unregistered Hypercam 2. Everybody had that. That was like 10 years old. Actually, it may even be older than that. Probably 15. Nah, 15's a little far back. 12? Either way, Hypercam 2. Anybody that had like old school stuff, that's exactly what it was. And I remember you were so cool. I had the insider trade secret, if you will, on how to register it with a license online that everybody had to get that to go away. So when I recorded my stuff, it was like, boom, I didn't have that stupid unregistered Hypercam 2 at the top. Old school, guys, old school. But yeah, I didn't know Movie Maker was even still a thing. PlayStation 4. I'll definitely look into it, Apples. I will definitely look into it. Injustice 3. And you said that's coming out next year. And it's not a PS5 exclusive, right? Because I'm probably not going to jump on the PS5 immediately. I don't see any value in being first customer to have the new system. It's kind of like a new model year of a car, too. Wait for other people to find all the faults with it first, and then when you're knowledgeable of the product, go in and swoop up the product and buy it. It just works. I found something really cool, man. I found an awesome studio that just produces awesome software. Almost coming up on 50. 50 encounters. iMovie, which on its own, I don't edit much. Only have an iPad. I'm going to run from you, Sandygast. Computer is not mine, it's my brother's. I see, my friend, I see. Which puts you in a difficult situation, too. Shared computers, that's just a mess. That's one of those first world problems. I get it. Sharing a computer, like, okay, there's worse problems. Like people that need to get to work, except their only form of transportation, which was their car, blew a motor and they don't have $3,000 to fix it. Things like that. Or people that don't even have food. You know, they're wondering where they're going to get their next meal. That certainly is a bigger problem in the world. However, in the world of first world problems, yes, massive inconvenience to have to share a PC with somebody. I was fortunate I really didn't have to. Getting a new laptop soon, so I'll probably be able to use OBS and stuff. That's awesome, man. I gotta tell you, so overheats when I play Roblox. Oh, geez. The computer I'm on right now is 9 years old. It's gonna be 10 pretty soon. No, I think it's actually 8.5. It's gonna be, or it's 8.75. It's close to 9. So this computer was overbuilt in 2011. This thing was overbuilt. So it was able to future-proof things. Computers like mine now cost almost nothing. And they really do get the job done when it comes to just basic stuff. Now, if you're going to game on it, it's going to be a little tough. It's my computer probably can't game like it used to, you know? I doubt that it'd be able to run things well anymore. We're talking like 60 frames per second at the least. I'm sure it can't do that with like games like League of Legends or Doom or what else? What else would be hard on it? Killing Floor, I'm sure would be super hard on it. Things like that. Computer couldn't do it. However, for everything else, for cheap, like if you go back a couple year models of laptops, you can get for cheap what used to be considered overbuilt. And it's not a bad way to go. It really isn't. Right now, the only reason or I shouldn't say the only reason, I don't really have a reason to build a PC right now. I intend to. The only thing I didn't want to get caught in is I didn't want to be obsolete. So I'm kind of waiting for Intel to come out with an i10 or next gen, whatever they're going to call it. I would like to be at least be ahead of the market on that, so I can build a PC. Technology has accelerated so fast that you can overbuild your computer like crazy. I would be shocked if top-of-the-line performance PCs right now weren't relevant 10 years from now. Easily, I bet that there's just games aren't being developed, things aren't being developed. Even software is not being developed in a way that you can be obsolete in only a matter of a couple of years. So that's why I kind of want to be a little bit ahead of the curve on the product, i.e. getting an i10 if that ever exists. And then that's it. Like, build it up, get graphics cards. I don't know if I would run switchable graphics again, but certainly a dedicated graphics card would be a good setup. And just, you know, I don't need to go overboard, like insane overboard, legendary, like the Lamborghinis of computers. That overboard, just enough to keep ahead of the future and future-proof it as much as possible. So either way, that's long story short, that's my recommendation to you is take a look at like old Asus, old Alienware, things like that, like 5-year-old laptops plus, and you'd be surprised. They will cost you probably, I don't know, $500 to $800 for what used to cost $2,000 to $3,000. And that's the story, my friends. Time for some water. My eyes hurt. Well, that's unfortunate. Either you were staring too close at the screen, had the screen brightness way up and the lights all off, or you got something else going on. I hope it's the first one. For me, it's my brain. My brain hurts. In general, I am horrible with computers. I don't know why I'm just now seeing that message. Maybe I am just a little bit tired. Just a touch. It's not really tired. It's more exhausted. Just, like I say, at some point your brain wants to shut off. But I won't let it. If my brain shuts off, that's a good way to run from a shiny. Not gonna let that happen. It's 73.62. This is, like I say, this is going long. If this hunt goes for like another week, I will break into some dangerous territory, like 10k plus. That will officially be a long hunt. There's only one hunt that has literally broken me horribly, and I still intend someday to finish that hunt. How long am I going to stream? I don't know. I'm thinking a couple hours, maybe 3 hours tops, something like that. Like I said, I wanted to stream a little bit. Just talk with you guys, have fun, enjoy things. Maybe catch it on live. Catch Shiny Sandygast, find it live. But at the same time, I'm probably not going to go forever. It's a tough call. Welcome, Shelby. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. I certainly hope everything sounds all right. I was talking to Aiden earlier about that. Aiden, did you know Jose is the one that went AFK for a little bit? I'm hoping that the mic is not clipping any. It shouldn't be. I turned it up and then turned it down a little bit, so hopefully you guys aren't hearing like any crackling noises, any static, nothing like that. You shouldn't be hearing any of that. I'll come back after a while. See you later, nerds. Smell you later, apples. I'm good. How about you? I think everything's okay. I think I'm good. Finished up a major, significant part of a major project at work. And now I've left that at work. It's good. It doesn't have to plague my mind. I have the windows open here, and there's a nice breeze, but I haven't heard any obnoxious trucks or crazy motorcycles yet. And let's see, I drank enough water. I had a good dinner. And I think the audio sounds okay, and I'm hoping that's what it is, because it's kind of frustrating. I can't believe the audio is just going a little AWOL lately. That's why I say, hopefully there's nothing crackling when I'm talking. Nothing sounds a little weird, or I guess, gargly, crackly, static. Hopefully none of that. 7370. Coming up on 100 encounters thus far. That's another thing, too, is Shelby, as I was talking about the running chain. I don't know if you're familiar. It's hard to tell who's familiar, honestly, but there's supposedly a running chain. I call it that. That's my phrase anyways. A chain that is re-rolling the shiny odds for you when you hit an encounter. And it's debated if it exists and how it exists. I kind of wish that was a thing because I set that up before the stream. And then, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know if I'm throwing it away or if it doesn't exist, if I'm just doing voodoo at this point. It's a shame that the Pokedex doesn't account for anything over 999 encounters. That'd be a good screenshot to show when this thing gets to 10K. Even Eevee training wouldn't nearly touch this number. Alright, grab some water while I make the next encounter. Alright, crap locked. I'll get you out of there. This thing's been in my way. It's standing there. It needs to go away. He's not bothering anybody. He can stay. That one had to go. Oh yeah, I switched beaches, by the way. That's the big update for you guys. That was the big thing about this hunt. I switched the beach. So I used to be over there. Now I'm over here. I thought there'd be more luck over on this beach. Obviously, I was mistaken. But hey. Anything that I can get superstitious about when it comes to this. I am back. Welcome, Jose. Welcome back. Anywho's. So with the software thing, with editing the software, Shadow Hearts was delayed a little bit. It's been delayed about 4 times, but I really want to post Shadow Hearts. It's kind of niche, if you will. I know it's very niche because a lot of people, I think, come to my channel for Pokemon, and so when they see maybe Shadow Hearts, an RPG that I certainly had never even heard of, an RPG that was on the PlayStation 2, it's, like I say, it's niche. That's pretty much it. However, I love playing it, so I love recording it and such, but then I had to edit it and had to do it on new software. But when I get back to that, and if I ever find this freaking Sandygast, I would like to do a recorded series of the Battle Tower just for fun. It'd be probably just a single video, but I wanted to use some of your gift Pokemon as well as I wanted the freaking Sandygast on my team for Battle Tower. Just to make a quirky, weird, shiny team. And obviously, it ain't gonna work. Not unless I find Sandygast. Otherwise, I just omit Sandygast from the team, and I'm not willing to do that, because that is admitting defeat. And if I admit defeat, what kind of shiny hunter am I? Decree of the Marquis. It's always worth it. 50 hours wasted of your life looking for a stupid alternate palette color. A simple 2, maybe 3 clicks for the developer and change the color of the thing, and then that's that. And it cost me 50 hours of my time. Well, you know what? It's worth it. Next one is shiny. I'm afraid not. I'm moving in a couple of weeks into a bigger house closer to my job. So yeah, you and I had, well, I should say you will have a similar experience to what I had, because I did the same exact thing. I moved, like 400 miles away, which was the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, by the way. You're talking to somebody that I don't go out that much, per se. I don't travel. Travel's my biggest thing. I'm actually not a fan of travel at all. When I get to my destination, I'm good. And if I can enjoy the ride, that's fine. But if I have like a timeline, I got to be here at a certain time, don't get lost, things like that. And especially if it's in like a big city and such, like Chicago, I lived there. And I still freaking hated it, just traveling a little bit. So I got a lot of anxiety doing that. I digress, my friend. I literally just moved 7, 8, 9 months ago to a new location, to accept a new position within my company. All the while, I'm much, much, much closer to work, so I don't have to drive as long. You're talking almost an hour drive cut down to about 15 minutes. That, it was worth it. Not just the gas, the cost of the gas to get to work. It's the time. The time is really worth it. Always grab those watts. Man, Teleon, you're almost out of moves too. I don't want to send Gardevoir in there because Gardevoir has Trace and that just spends more time. I still have battle animations on from the Isle of Armor. So, or I should say the Armor Lock. I'll just keep them on. There's no reason. I'm not battling him right now. I don't have a lot of time that I have to save, so by turning off the battle animation, so I'm just going to leave them on. However, that Trace, every time Gardevoir goes in and there's a Trace, it's kind of frustrating. Not frustrating, it adds a lot of time to it. Which is why, a long story short, I was keeping Inteleon in. And then the Fungus Amoongus has Sleep Powder for when it does. If it ever does, shiny Sandygast, help me out here. If it ever does turn shiny. If and when I find it. Alright, we're coming up on 100 encounters so far. Wonder how long I've... Actually, it should tell me at the bottom how long I've been live. Let me check. I have no idea why it doesn't tell me anymore. It used to tell me the exact amount of time I've been live, but it doesn't do that anymore. There we go. Accidentally cleared my calculator. Next one's a shiny. I'm afraid not, but who knows? Maybe this one will be. I'll do a little spin for you. By the power invested in the fates of the universe, I declare you shiny. Wrong. $73.95. And like that, there's 100 encounters. That was about a half hour. So that was a pretty good rate. That's about what I've been averaging, is a couple hundred every hour. Thanks for the Leon spin. Absolutely. That obnoxious jerk gave me one thing of importance other than his title, was the spin. 73.97. Gotta admit, when I started this, I really felt confident. I felt very confident for there's no data or anything. It was just a feeling that the hunt would be a shorter one. Couldn't have been more wrong. In fact, if I hadn't have put that in the universe, I probably would have found it already. Nonetheless, let me just check. As long as I'm going through this animation, let me make sure everything looks good. What did you do? Did you survive? I look over and you're still alive, Sandygast. How did you do that? You should not be surviving. I'm level 100. Alright, good to go. And guys, let me just say, I noticed 5 likes and a dislike on the stream. Seriously, thank you so much for the feedback. I really appreciate it. I love knowing what you guys think. It's optional. You chose to do it. I appreciate it. And I see the lurkers out there, too. I think, anyways, if there's lurkers, you are not forgotten, my friends. Lurkers, this one's for you. Here comes 7,400 for the lurkers. 100 encounters this stream. A bunch of garbage, but that's alright. That's what everything else has been for 7,400 encounters anyway, so. So with the shiny, it's golden shovel, right? Yep, it's a golden shovel and black sand. So it's the golden shovel from Animal Crossing. Oh, that would explain a lot. I can't afford that, and I can't afford a shiny, apparently. Kind of surprised Naya hasn't been stealing the Switch, or I'm sorry, walking off with the Switch for Animal Crossing. I know her schedule at work is about as insane as mine is. I was just surprised with the summer update that she hasn't been playing Animal Crossing. That said, I definitely should, I should say, I shouldn't, not that I should, rephrase, I am going to visit you guys' islands again, either, let's say next week or the week after. Yeah, looks like my water glass is already empty. It's one of those streams. 7,403. Ah, the golden shovel. Elusive. Elusive to me, anyway. Come on. You know how many people I see? Heck, I've seen several people already reporting in on Sandygast, and they're like, I can't believe it. 15 encounters and I found one. I'm like, 7,400 now. I still don't have one. That's how it goes sometimes, though. You're not guaranteed anything. The nature of probability. And no shiny charm. So I know my hunts are going to be longer because I don't have the charm. Makes it so sweet, though. Knowing that I got something that was definitely not just pretty much handed to me with a little teeny bit of effort. Not that the shiny charm is bad. To me, it's just if I'm going to catch a ton of shinies left and right, where's the challenge? Thrill of the hunt. I always say I'm thrill of the hunt. I love giving you guys my shinies, except for this one, because come on, I'm going to fight for this one. And I wanted this one since Moon. But I love giving my shinies out for people to enjoy, for people to use, for friends. I can see them saying, hey, here's what your shiny's up to. Thrill of the hunt is where I'm at. The only issue is, what's the thrill when they're just throwing shinies at you left and right? It's kind of like Masuda method. I kind of stopped hatching eggs because you get a lot of shinies very fast, but I mean, and now I guess Masuda method would be the best way to do it nowadays because you can manipulate everything. Man, it is crazy. You can manipulate the nature of what you're breeding. You can make sure that they're at least a max 4 IV. I think you can do 5 IV actually. Like you can guarantee 5 IVs to be maxed out. So you can make viable competitive. That's where everybody's at nowadays is they want their cake and they want to eat it too. It used to be separate. I was always separate. Shinies were the trophies, and then my team was not shiny at all. They were there for business. They weren't there to look good doing it. They were there to execute their job. Now everybody wants everything all in one. They want hidden ability, correct nature, max at least 5 IVs maxed on a shiny, and it's like, you can do that now, so why not? It's me, I'm a Nick the Diamond. What's up, Diamond? Mr. Nick, how you doing tonight? I got a gift for y'all's island when you do the Animal Crossing stream. Yep, I will put that on my calendar for either next week or the week after. I have to talk to Naya about Danganronpa. Now that Sunshine's done, that's definitely the next one up on the radar. It's just Danganronpa's a very long game, so we're going to have to get ready to commit to that. However, we're ready. We're ready. It's like my friend Dante. He not only did Persona 5, he did Persona 5 Royal. And I was like, dude, you're going to be streaming this forever. Well, lo and behold, he has probably been streaming that game. He does like 5 to 8 hour sessions of that game. And Persona 5 took him like 23 5 to 8 hour streams, and now he's doing Royal. So he started Persona 5 blind, like, I would give it a good 8 months ago, because I was at my old house, and he is still working on that game. So that's how RPGs go. That's that's the nature of the beast. When a game is like 100 hours of game time or something like that, it climbs fast. Am I playing for night? Yep, I'm playing for the night. I'm going for, I don't know, at least 2 to 3 hours, somewhere in there. I figure that's probably a good stopping point. Joey, what's up? Welcome, my friend. How are you doing tonight? It is good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate the subscription. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to. And most of all, I am honored because everybody pretty much has hundreds, if not thousands, of channels on their app on the left side of the screen for their browser, wherever you're accessing YouTube. You have hundreds to thousands on average of channels that you're subscribed to. I'm so honored to be on that list. Thank you very much, Joey. I appreciate it. How are you doing tonight? Did I miss one? No, I didn't. I'm good. I was going to say, I thought I missed a count. But I'm good to go. De Mexico. Are you coming in? You clocking in from Mexico? That's really cool. I think that's probably the coolest thing. And Joey, you'd be a good example of this. Is just the sheer amount of people I run into from all across the globe. To me, seeing culture from countries that I certainly am not familiar with is just so mind-blowing that I can play Pokemon, talk in a chat, and meet people from Europe, England. I had Norway. There was somebody from China, you from Mexico, I believe. It's just insane, and even within my own country, people from East Coast versus West Coast, and certainly Canadians. Met a lot of Canadians too. They're not too far from me though. Canada is like an hour and 10 minutes tops from here. It's like nothing. Unfortunately, my luck is about what it's been for the last... Oh, shoot. It's been 2 weeks, hasn't it? I've been stuck on the same hunt for 2 weeks. And I don't even have any water, guys. I, unfortunately, am out of water. So my mouth is going to get dry, and I'm going to have to go on a be right back screen. And all the good stuff. All the good stuff all at once. Cotton mouth and trying to talk, but... can't enunciate. All because I drank my water and now I'm out that fast. Just went by so fast. These encounters are going fast, but Sandygast, you're not working with me. Go get water. I will in a sec. I swear I will. Haven't watched your live streams in a while. It feels like it has no time at all, my friend. Literally, I remember you from... what was the last time I saw you? I think it was just the last time was a Pokemon stream. It was when I was doing raids. That's exactly when I think it was. I was doing raids. Which was kind of funny because when I titled that stream as doing raiding, I was getting people that were coming in and they're like, hey, what you raiding? Whatever's available. And then it dawned on them finally. They're like, wait, you're not doing shiny dens? Oh, dude, I'm out. Goodbye. I did not realize that if you do raiding, like, or at least if you put raiding in the chat, immediately you get all the people that are coming in just to catch a shiny den Pokemon and then leave. Which now the manipulation has gotten even worse. It's not just dens anymore, or shiny dens. It's shiny and hidden ability and 6 IV. Which in essence it makes pretty much competitive completely redundant. In fact, I've almost rejected. I used to say I don't have the time, but I wish I could get back into competitive. Now, I would say that's more so I'm not interested because the competitive I'm used to is dead. Come on, TV. Every now and then I mess with the volume just to make sure it doesn't go on standby. That was 30. $4.99. Oh, man. Is it going to happen today? Or I should say tonight. I have to go to sleep. I wish you the best of luck. Joey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was awesome to meet you. You are welcome back anytime you'd like. You are welcome, my friend. You are always all welcome. I have yet to meet anybody that comes in that's super toxic or anything, so I always welcome everybody back, of course. And yeah, I'm definitely going to go fill the water up. In fact, I'm not even going to put you guys on a be right back screen. I'm literally just going to run off, fill my water, come back. Boom. See you in a second. There we go. See? No be right back screen. No shutting off the mic. Nothing. Just ran in, got water, got out. Mission success. Do I like Fortnite? I myself am not a fan, but that certainly doesn't mean that it's a bad game. I think there's this weird stigma that if you say you don't like it, you're declaring like a superiority thing. Like, yeah, I don't like Fortnite. I'm too good for that. And no, that's not it at all. So I always say that just in case, because I don't know why that's become second nature, but just to throw that out there, I do not believe I am better than the game. I simply am not interested in the game. Petition to call Pennsylvania pencils. Sylvania would be better. How many times will it take to get a shiny? Well, I can tell you this. I am at 7,435 encounters. I probably should put the counter on the screen. I've kind of gone against the grain all the time. I don't use an overlay, and that goes for any game I'm playing, because to me, it's a stream. The game is the important part, so I want that screen as big as possible, so I don't use an overlay and then shrink the game down into it. However, a counter would be good, although I don't typically count my encounters. I stopped doing that years ago, so it's a mess, guys. I just don't do what all the other shiny hunters do, I suppose, so that's all dead. I don't count them. This is the only time I'm counting them because I wanted to try out that thing where the Pokedex stops at 999 encounters and it won't go any further, and it did hold true. And then I cursed myself so I won't get Sandygast to shine. Either way, how many times do you get one? It could be 50,000, literally. The odds right now are at like 1 in... I think it's 1 in about 1,500 because of where I'm at with the chain. Now, there's two chains. There's a permanent chain and a running chain. The running chain is kind of debated if it even exists or how it exists. Nonetheless, main moral of the story, I'm over odds. That much is definitely true. So, how many will it be? It could be anything. Pencils. Okay. On board, man. Now all you need is like... Oh, I don't know. Now you need... I don't know, a couple million signatures. Enough people want to troll that state. And then even then, the governor of the state could probably just say, yeah, that's not happening, bye. What's my favorite color? Hey, I'm a purple and blue. Those are both kind of tied in my book for my favorite shades. But yeah, everything purple and blue is kind of where I gravitate towards. Oh, another brilliant Pokemon. I've seen that it says 1 in 3,600, but I've also seen that it's 1 in like 1,800, and with the running chain, it's even less. It's a mess. It's a mess, truly, because it's debated, and I hate it. I wish I'd just declare it so I know. Oh, that's how Sandygast keeps living. These high IV ones have enough defense to hold off the Icicle Spear, and then I only land 2 of them, and ta-da! I was wondering why I was doing that. How long have you been shiny hunting it? It's been about 2 weeks now, actually. Probably 2 weeks and like a day. 7,444. Tony Jr., my friend, this has been a longer hunt than I intended. Don't ask me why. It was not based on data. But I had a feeling when I went into this that I could find this thing fairly quickly. As I was creeping up on 999 encounters, I wanted to test the Pokedex. Because the Pokedex stops at 999, and that's it. It doesn't go any further. I wanted to see if that was true. Well, it's true. Unfortunately, that's why I was counting, and that's why I continued to count. And I feel like now I need to be superstitious because I stopped counting my encounters years ago. I stopped because it was just a pain. Well, now I feel like by counting again after all these years, I've cursed myself. So this one's going to be a long one. Or, no, it has been a long one, but if it keeps this up, who knows? It's going to go all month. And I really want this one. Like, I give most of my shinies to my friends, and so I can enjoy them. Like, Mawile's got my my natural shiny too. That was a natural first encounter shiny. She's got my Morgrem, possibly evolved by now. And Snowy's got my Pumpkaboo, which was evolved on trade, of course. But the Sandygast, this was going to stay with me. This was going to be one that I put on my team to do the Battle Tower, which I've been putting off forever. And man, this thing's not making it easy. I was supposed to record it this weekend. I was going to record the Battle Tower video literally this weekend. Guess what I don't have? One of the members of the team is not here yet. Alright, but Sandygast, I'm watching you. I'm going to stick with it. I don't break. You will not break my will. Little bit of hydration. We are back in action. Let's rock, Sandygast. You and me. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I think the last stream, which was 2 weekends ago, that was towards the start of the hunt. It was like 2,600, and I said something about, yeah, this is gonna be a long one, and I got to 3,000 encounters on stream. From there, I was doing a couple hundred a day. And here we are. I don't think I've ever gotten a shiny without wonder or surprise trading or it being a gift. I don't think I've ever accepted a surprise or wonder trade or anything like that. I'm kind of a purist too. Like, it's kind of weird to think about it, especially in a world where, for one, there are a number of glitches and exploits to get shinies faster. Much, much faster. So, example, Cute Charm in Gen 4. Cute Charm, if your trainer ID comes up as a very specific set of numbers, I don't remember how it works exactly. And you have to, because your trainer ID, it has a hidden value associated with it, so you got to trade a Pokemon up to like a later generation to figure all this out. Nonetheless, as much work as it is to get yourself to spawn a trainer ID, and you got to restart the game every single time, get that trainer ID to be a very specific sequence in Gen 4, and then you have a Pokemon with Cute Charm in the front of your party. Literally, your shiny odds are 35%, meaning basically every 1 in 3 Pokemon is shiny. Therefore, you've exploited the system in a way that literally everything's going to be shiny. Shinies lose their value instantly. Not just that, but now we have wormhole hunting in Gen 7, which depleted any of the soft resets for past generations for Pokemon legendaries. There's no reason to soft reset. That's not an exploit so much as that was just kind of a mechanic they put in. And then, of course, this game is awful about being able to raid, being able to exploit the raids. So shinies have very much lost their I shouldn't say lost. They have not held value in many years because it's only valuable to the person. It's not valuable as an item overall. So, however, and then there's one more method here. There's one more method where I don't use this because it's a purist thing. And that is the RNG manipulator. So basically, mathematically in programming, the way it works is a random number generator is not truly random. It's still a sequence, even though that sequence is, you're talking 30 frames per second over the course of 200,000 frames. There is a sequence. And in the case of shiny hunting, the sequence, it's not a repeating sequence so much as it is the random number generator goes through the same numbers every single time. Therefore, what they're doing with past generations now, people are doing is, for all intents and purposes, you go to reset for a soft reset shiny like Dialga or Palkia, you just count it out. You literally just wait 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, however you want to count it. Stopwatch would be the best way. And at like 65 seconds, boom, you do the encounter. And you are very, very much guaranteed using that method to find shinies very quickly. And if you think about it, even worse than that is with the RNG, the way that works, it's kind of weird because if you're doing a true soft reset blind random encounter, it's almost like there's a target out there. You wouldn't think there is. It's supposed to be random, but truly, there's a target out there. What frame it's going to shine at. And so you're just trying to hit that frame, basically. And it's almost like at that point, you realize there is a target, and you can manipulate the game, or I should say you can count it out, in a way that you can know where that frame's at and how you're going to hit it. Or you can just randomly hope for it. So it's kind of weird. Either way, I digress. All these different methods, and in the end, I want to do it the hard way. So that's where I come in as a shiny hunter, is I throw my face at it head first and go, I'm going to do this the hard way. And I'm going to love it. I don't usually trade or accept gift shinies. Yeah, Aiden's definitely another purist, too. He's got a lot of shinies, and he hunts very, very traditionally. No exploits, no hacking, which hacking is a big one, too. I remember when eBay was popping up with a bunch of games, literally said a Pokedex complete every Pokemon shiny in Pokedex, and you could buy it, and it was just awful. It's like great. Shinies very much lost their value at that point. The only shinies I've gotten myself are an Alolan Radicated Squovet and a Seismitoad. Yeah, you tell me about the Seismitoad from Sword and Shield. That's only Emerald or Ruby and Sapphire with a dead battery. Well, yeah, of course mine's dead. Mine's, my save batteries, I should say my internal clock battery's dead, and I would imagine my save battery is going to die soon. But it does work with Gen 4 as well. There is an exploit of the RNG for Gen 4. Here we go. Good luck, mate. Tony Jr., my friend. Thank you for the luck. I hope you enjoyed it. You're always welcome back. It was good to see you, and I hope you have a good night. Farewell, my friend. The easiest method I've seen is chain fishing. That's kind of interesting. Like, chain fishing popped up in Platinum. I never owned Platinum. I've never owned outside of Crystal, I should say. No. I've owned the third game in the set for a generation only twice. Yellow version and Crystal version. But either way, Platinum is when chain fishing really started. And I was kind of surprised that was a method. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, actually. It's that's a really relaxing way to do it. In fact, I have never done chain fishing. I'd like to. But that led me to another idea, actually. I still want to try it out. I wanted to do it on stream someday, but I elected not to buy an old capture card, so I don't think I'm ever going to do it. But I do have a theory or a hypothesis I'd like to test about a non-visible chain, non-radar chain in Pokemon Diamond. And it's something I've been wondering about for years, and it doesn't seem... I've seen one person ever propose how to get the shiny... not necessarily chaining it, but to force it to appear. I'm suggesting that I could chain it without radar hunting it. And I want to get back to that and test that someday. In my infinite amount of time I have, obviously, on the side here. It's crazy. Sometimes my friends and I will just do chain fishing shiny race. Yeah, that's another one that's popped up recently, is shiny racing. It's a cool idea. It's fun. The only thing I don't get, and Aiden, I think you even said that this happened to you, was you participated in a tournament. And a tournament can still be fun, but like I've seen a couple people that were doing legitimate like league style shiny hunting competitions, and they were actually associating, like they're saying this is the most skilled hunter and the champion and all this, and it's like, what do you mean the most skilled hunter? It's all luck. You can't compete in a game that's all about luck. You're all using the same methods. We all know the same odds manipulation, i.e. either chain or Masuda method, things like that. It's like, how can you judge skill by whoever got luckiest the most times in a row? Kind of laugh at that. Start hunting for the night. All right. Well, Aiden, what are you looking for, my friend? I am lost out in this world of this void. Like, you can imagine there's these little areas. Think of it like, here's a good example. Do you guys play Pokemon Coliseum? Do you remember that on the GameCube? Pokemon Coliseum. Loved that game. Also, by the way, I have never hunted in Pokemon Coliseum for a shiny. I would love to. I digress. I didn't even know Pokemon could be shiny in that game, to be honest, until years after it came out. I digress. In that version of the Battle Tower, there's like rooms, so you can imagine a linear path. Every trainer's on a new platform, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then there's a rest area, like a big room that you can sit down in the benches, and that's what it looks like anyways. Then it goes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, rest area. Then up to 30, rest area, 40, rest area. So imagine that is the number of encounters you're at. So there's the 0 to 500 crew, right? Where there's just a whole ton of trainers. And you can imagine everybody, all these people that are shiny hunting, 0 to 500 encounters, all in a giant room squeezed together, free donuts, chatting it up. Then there's the 500 through 1K, and then let's say 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000, and so on. I'm way out, miles away from the starting point, at the 7,000 to 8,000 level. I don't see a soul. I am in this room by myself. Rarely do people even pass through this room. That's where my hunt's at. If you can imagine that. I'm in this void all by myself. Most people have not even seen a number this high. Most people can't even comprehend spending this much time on a hunt. Which I suppose, like I say, if I go back to my old random encounter days, when I look at the target I was aiming for, it probably had a number of hunts that were over 20,000. But it was the fact that I found shinies along the way that made it feel more successful. I'm in a comp right now, going for Snorunt or Absol in Mount Lanakila. I kind of wish I had done some hunting in Sun and Moon. It was just so quickly after Sun and Moon that Let's Go came out, and then a year after that, this came out. Didn't get a lot of time to hunt, but I should definitely go back. I played Stadium, not Coliseum. I'd love to see a Shiny Con where like 1,000 people get a DS and someone will say, do an encounter, and they just see if someone in the... Oh, yeah, get everyone in the same room to do encounters. And at the same time, yeah. So that would be hilarious to see, like, we all bring our DSs. Literally, like you said, thousands of people all do one encounter at the same time. And it's like, all right, now if your encounter was the shiny, step up. Kind of a weird way to look at it, because for that one person who gets it, let's say you get 4,000 people in a room. One person finds the shiny. For them, that is a first encounter, full odds random shiny. For the rest of the room, they're seeing that we manipulated the odds by simply getting 4,000 people to do one encounter. That would be hilarious to see. If only that were something that were plausible. It's kind of funny to see how many people... There are a ton of shiny hunters in the world. I mean, when I started shiny hunting, this was definitely something that was super rare. I was the only shiny hunter I knew. That's why my friends thought I was like a god amongst men on this game, because I was a ranked player going to regionals, and I had all these shiny Pokemon. They're like, man, you're so freaking amazing at this game. Now I look at it, and pretty much everybody has encountered a shiny at some point. And I would say 50% of people have certainly intentionally encountered a shiny. But at the end of the day, it turns out if you boil down all the people, Aiden, you and I are still in a kind of a small group of people that want to do this, that want to look for these shinies. It's not as small of a group as it used to be, but it's still certainly small. I don't know who hosts the event. Maybe somebody like hold on, I gotta see what that says. The Supreme RK9s. That's a hilarious name. Or Absol Blogs Pokemon host it. Well, I'm afraid I don't know who these people are. And with that, I got another transition for you here. 7,500 encounters. I've officially crossed the 7,500 mark, my friends. And here's the first one of the 500, and it's going to be a brilliant Pokemon, so I'll take it out and get some watts for that. I probably should upgrade the Isle of Armor. It'd be the nice thing to do. But hey, I'm not always a nice guy, so maybe I'll just leave this place kind of bumming it for a little while. Aang can't believe you don't know who Dallas or Matt are. Oh, dang. I was like, Aang. I thought you were talking about Avatar for a second. Can't believe it. I don't know who they are simply because I really don't watch anybody big. Plus, to me, I don't know. Acknowledging somebody for doing something I've been doing for 15 years. I'm sorry, no, I've been doing this for 18 years. Acknowledging somebody else as doing it as, like, quote-unquote, the big name in shiny hunting would be ridiculous, because I've hunted more than most anybody has. So to me, it'd be like, how could I acknowledge somebody as doing it like they are the gods, if you will? They are the great ones, when it's like, been there, done that, man. Can't tell if that's a fly on my wall. I see you. And I'm going to ignore you. There's possibly a fly on the wall, like a little gnat or something, and I kind of want to take care of it, because if you catch every one of them you see, you can prevent the swarm from growing. Also, it looks like the rain started in-game. Didn't start outside, though. Turns out, like, every major storm, I have been missed by every major storm that came by for, like, probably the last 18 days. Starting to see the effects of that. Actually could use some rain up here. Just a little bit. That's all I'm asking for. Like 1 or 2 storms. I will take the lovely humidity that comes along with it absolutely graciously. Just need a little bit of rain. I would consider a drive to be the big shiny hunter. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I love the rain. I do too. When it's here. And don't do this, how shall I say, universe. Don't go and be like, oh, you want some rain? Here's a torrential downpour historic storm. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking for a nice light rain, something that I can sleep to that's like free music. Nature, something in nature that I can't get. Kind of want to encounter you, actually, in Kirchen. You never know. You know, if you hit the wrong Pokemon, you may accidentally, quote-unquote, phase hunt it and not even realize it. Just run into a natural shiny by accident. Never pass up the opportunity to give that a go. I don't want to hit 10,000 Shelby. I really don't. Like I say, I can't say... this would be the first time I've ever crossed the 10K mark with something as unique as being able to encounter only Sandygast over and over and over and over and over. To cross the 10K mark, it's like, what did I do? I don't think I deserve this. I'm back. The odd part is, Apples, that comment got held for review. All you said was, I'm back. I want another tropical storm to hit. Not. Once you've got the dangers of flooding, like actually flooding your house out, once that becomes part of the equation, it's, oh. Forgot to add the last encounter on there, too. Once that becomes a real threat, then suddenly it's like, all right, well, not so cool anymore. Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? It shines. Didn't even know Tropical Storm Faye was going to hit till it hit my area. Really? Look at that. Was that this season? It turns out, yeah, Texans. Rain? What does that mean? Exactly. Myself, fun fact, I've actually said it a few times, so it's not like it's a super fun fact anymore, but fun fact, when I went to college, my original major was meteorology. I was going to be a meteorologist. And one of the big rules about meteorology is praising a storm. You got to be careful about it. So, like, for instance, one of the banned words, awesome. Awesome is banned. You will not hear meteorologists in general call a storm awesome. Unless they mean awesome like just sheer magnitude. But the reason you can't call a storm awesome is because it might kill people. There is nothing awesome about that. So it's more like incredible. So you'll hear words like that, but awesome, for instance, that's something you'll never hear a meteorologist call a storm. I'll be heading out. Pretty tired. Bye, guys. Jose, it was a pleasure. I hope you have a nice night, my friend. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time here. I always appreciate seeing you guys and chatting it up. Soft sand. Good for me. What's over here? Another dive ball. Good for me again. Two glasses of water, 217 encounters. I think I just heard one spawn back here. No, I did not. I just want some rain because, one, I want to water the flowers, and two, I can go sit outside while it's raining. I would just like to have some plants that aren't wilted over and looking like they're starving. I've already used the hose once or twice. I think it was twice, actually. Yeah, I've used it twice. I forgot. I did that a couple weeks ago. I caved in and used the hose. No, that was last weekend. It might have only been once. I rephrase. Once. I retract my statement. Either way, it doesn't matter. I watered the grass, and I've never watered grass. This is an incredible storm. Get in the shelter sounds better than this is an awesome storm. It's more so, it's like you wouldn't hear them reporting it as awesome. It's more so when they're talking amongst meteorologists or weather spotters and storm chasers to say, that is awesome. Look at how huge that storm is. Incredible. You don't want to call it awesome. They don't say it on television necessarily, but it's just when they're just talking amongst each other, you won't hear them say, what an awesome thing to see, because no storm, no matter how incredible of an event, is awesome if it's got the potential to be lethal. That's all. Certainly not something you'd ever hear a meteorologist reporting on. I'm going to refresh the stream really quickly, just double check everything is good. Thank you guys so much. I see 7 likes on there. That was 2 more than I said earlier, and that means 2 more people liked the stream, and I appreciate the feedback, guys. Seriously. Alright, there we go. Man, Sandygast, you could work with me. I'm even going to hit the Toxapex. That's another hunt I left in the void. Marini. I set up the Marini 500 encounters, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to do this. Let's go. And I would say that one was at probably a little over 1,000. Now, that one's truly one that I didn't keep track of the count. But never went back to that, so I will get to that eventually. To me, Marini is a really cool Pokemon. I really like Marini. Mainly, I should say Toxapex, obviously, because it's the evolution. But a shiny Toxapex, that'd be sweet. So by all means, I intend to come back to that one too. So in the meantime, I can always run into a couple on this beach, just in case. Yeah, so doing SOS in Moon for the Marini is probably a little more effective than doing it here. But yeah, it's already done. I just gotta endure the encounters now. I already set up the chain, so that's something I would definitely do. I will eventually get back to that. Yeah, I think that was actually where the Delmise happened. That's when Delmise popped up shiny, was amidst doing that. I told myself that I would go to bed at 10 or after I finish making Rice Krispie treats, and then I end up here at midnight and 9. Well, welcome, Shelby. However it happened, you're welcome to stay, and hopefully you enjoy a good conversation. Even if you meant to go to sleep like 2 hours ago. Wishy-washy is another one. I would love to do that in Moon. The only issue is to set up an SOS chain, I have to prep a little bit. There's a few ways to do it. I had a couple ideas on how to do it. It turns out I'm not revolutionary by any means. Other people have already figured this out. However, doing Harvest and Sync is kind of the way I was thinking about going about it. It turns out that is a very popular method for SOS hunting, so nothing new there. However, getting my hands on something that has Harvest, that's the issue. And I think in Moon, because hidden abilities are something I'm not super familiar with, because obviously I bailed on Pokemon. I shouldn't say I bailed. I took a hiatus from Pokemon right as hidden abilities became a thing. And you can breed them from the male, I believe, a hidden ability. So, but to get the hidden ability, that's the thing, is you got to use an SOS chain to get the hidden ability so that you can then build SOS chains. So There's a little bit of work there, and unfortunately, I kind of want to just dive into the hunt, and it wouldn't be ready. But at the same time, I will absolutely do it. I have a level 100 Harvest Executor I could give you for SOS. Dude, that'd be awesome. I would absolutely graciously accept that. That would save me some time. In fact, I mean, it's extremely important in some cases. Literally here. Oh man, I got a lot of boxes. There we go. Sometimes I don't comprehend how many boxes I truly have. If not for this, having Harvest, that would not be shiny. So it's a very vital thing. Hidden abilities have a lot of really cool perks. Outside of battle, of course. Like I say, I never had a competitive battle where I had to think about a hidden ability having 2 abilities available to you. It's definitely a different world and something cool. I think it's cool that they added it. Hidden abilities is just really cool that they added that. It's just another plane to think about. Another level in the 3D chessboard, if you will. I'm not even sure 3D chess exists, by the way. Another fun fact, I am an avid chess player. I love chess. Am I good at it? I don't know, like 6.5 out of 10 if you were to rate me. Like Bobby Fischer being a 10 and my neighbor's newborn 5-month-old child being a 0. It'd be a good 6.5, I'd say. Nonetheless, though, I do not know if 3D chess actually exists. I'm sure somewhere somebody tried to come up with it. I don't know if it was actually a success or not. Interesting. Interesting what? Apples, my friend. Chess is okay. Teach me how to play chess. I would be honored to teach you how to play chess. I like playing card games more. I can give you this much is I would say like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, not Pokemon, because I don't know what the TCG has become, so I couldn't speak on it. But Yu-Gi-Oh and certainly Magic the Gathering, definitely more complicated than chess. More levels of integration there by far. But chess is definitely like that. I think that was the greatest thing. That was the first game I really learned how to play on a strategic level was chess. The only card game I play is Uno. Hey, I play some Uno. Literally, I have an Uno deck. Sometimes I play Rummy, sometimes I play Uno. Fun is fun. Not everything has to, it's like playing checkers, not everything has to be a super advanced game to have fun. Even though checkers is my top favorite, chess is good. I have 2 boards. I have a glass chessboard, and before anybody thinks that's like super elaborate, it's not. It was like, I don't know, probably $30, and it was on sale when I got it. Nonetheless, I have a glass chessboard, and then I have a Mario-themed checkers board. Then there's the really elusive game, backgammon. Never ever learned how to play that. Texas Hold'em, Blackjack, War, stuff like that. BS was a good one. I loved playing that in like middle school. Bus rides to middle school, playing BS. I had the luxury too of somebody in school brought in a shogi board. Now that was pretty cool too. Shogi is the Japanese version, if you will, of chess, based more on war models like field marshals and such as your position. And in shogi, your pieces can tier up. They can go up a tier. They can rank up. They can be promoted. I forget what they call it. But think of it like getting a king in checkers, except it's in chess. Kind of a neat little spin. BS is fun. Yeah, I would say that's a classic for sure. I don't know when that popped up. I don't know if that was like my generation that came up with that game, or I shouldn't say my generation that started playing that game, or what. But whoever came up with that was definitely, it's become a classic for sure. But I think it's a relatively new one. Like Rummy, for instance, is a very old card game. BS is probably not nearly as old as Rummy. I don't think I ever played War. I know that it was a thing, I just never played it. And Blackjack, that's just a good way to throw a few 20s away on a Sunday. Or Saturday, rather. But yeah, for sure, Apples. That'd be... In fact, I bet they have... I would have to imagine they've got chess for free on the Switch. That'd be really cool to just be like, hey, here, I'm going to teach everybody how to play chess. There's a really secretive move in chess. It's a very, very underrated, not very well-known move called the en passant, which is French for in passing. Basically, it's when two pawns approach each other at distance. So pawns on their first move can move 2 spaces. Every other space they move is 1. And if 2 pawns move 2 spaces towards each other and end up face to face, you can take their pawn by moving sideways. That's all it is. But it's just a cool insider, like chess club style, in the know kind of weird way to figure out who knows chess and who doesn't. It's like, hey, en passant, yep, I know how to do that. Sweet. $7,553. My luck is still 000. Pawn to a queen. That's another cool one. So there's a lot of people that don't realize that if you can get a pawn all the way to the other side of the board, you can make it a queen. Well, okay, officially you can make it any piece you want. Everybody picks a queen. My favorite checkmate in chess is actually the queen. Well, it's I forget what you even call it. It's a 2-queen linear trap. Basically, when you have decimated every single piece on the other end, minus say a knight or 2, then you use your queens to block off the horizontal lines until literally the king is pushed in a way where you can move your queen to where the king's got either he's only got vertical movements, and both of them land him in a horizontal path of a queen. That's my favorite checkmate. It's just so obnoxious. I just looked, and they do have HS on the Switch. Sweet. Hopefully it's a free download. That'd be awesome. I'd play some chess. There was a really cool feature in the game Watch Dogs where they had a couple of old men sitting out in the park, and you could walk up and take challenges to play chess. The first guy had 5 difficulty tiers of playing chess with him, like an actual game. And on the hardest tier, actually, he was pretty difficult. It was really cool. And then if you beat him, you get a trophy on the PlayStation. The other guy had a really, really cool setup. It was basically checkmate me in 5 moves. You got 5 moves to figure out what you're going to do. And it was just really cool to figure that out because it's just kind of a reverse engineering style thing where you're looking at the move. Okay, I'm going to be here and checkmate him. And you have, and it's saying you take 5 moves. I don't remember if he moves or not, or if he just sits there and takes it. But either way, that was kind of a cool thing in Watch Dogs. $10 for chess? Dude, come on, I got a board right in the closet. And pay $10 for chess. Do you at least get some other games? My guess is that if it's chess, it's going to come with like a bunch of other games like checkers, Chinese checkers, and I don't know, Hangman, things like that. Actually, my imagination here is that Hangman is probably not a kosher game anymore. By that I mean it's probably not very accepted. Like, I'm sure schools don't still approve playing Hangman, no matter how innocent it was. Maybe you get pool and who knows what you get, but yeah, I would imagine it's a bundle of very basic games. There was an item over here. I don't know where it's at though. There it is. A bag of soft sand. Woo! Go me. 7563. $10 for just online chess. I have to imagine that there's heck, I even remember the first time I ever played chess online. The corporation was Jagex, the producers of the game RuneScape. They came out with something called like Mind Orb or some weird thing like that, and chess was part of that. And that was the first time I ever played chess online, because I remember talking to somebody in RuneScape while playing chess with them on Mind Orb or whatever Jagex was calling it. Whatever Jagex's program was called, or their website anyways. Nonetheless, that was free. It was free and it was online multiplayer. Yeah, times have changed a little bit, but still, $10 for chess just because it's online. There's chess on Cool Math. Just play it there. Cool Math? I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's just chess. Dude, what the heck? Guarantee I can just type it into Google and go find dozens of free online chess websites. Why spend $10 on chess plus others when I could get it for free and beat a robot? Heck, why spend $10 on that when you can have your own board and then, I don't know, go out and find somebody to play with? Chess is kind of a weird thing. There's this mantra, Shelby. All you got to do is set up the chessboard. You could be at McDonald's, you can be in the park, you can be in the middle of freaking nowhere. Set the board up and sit and just wait for somebody to walk by that knows how to play chess, and boom, you've got yourself an opponent. How have I not heard of Cool Math? Apparently, I'm not cool. Why is Clue $30 on Switch? I don't know, but actually that'd be kind of cool. Clue on Switch. I always wished that Clue would have a slightly, like let's call it Clue Plus or Clue Mega Clue or something. Something that was more complex. A little more complexity to the mansion and such. But I always thought that'd be really cool. Although I guess they do have that. They're called Murder Mystery Nights, right? Play chess at an abandoned insane asylum. You might not want to do that. It might not go over well. People may start assuming things. Let's start here and make the loop. Maybe I don't talk to random people and my friends live on the other side of the country. Well, in that case, the online chess would be perfect for you. I just think if you've got Switch Online already, that would be something Nintendo would be gracious enough to offer for free. I mean, they offer a lot of their classic games for free already if you have a subscription to Nintendo Online. What's more classic than chess? They didn't even invent it. They just had to program it in or get the rights from someone else who already programmed it. Just stick it on the Switch and go. I'd offer that one for free. But that's just me. You know, if they make like $500,000 a year off of that chess game, then who am I to judge? Obviously, I wouldn't know what's best for business. It's near a trail, and you got to go like 50 feet into the woods. Oh, wait, I know where one is. Oh, an insane asylum? Yeah, well, they existed. Can't hide that. They are in existence. But I'm not a fan of going to any abandoned buildings. Especially, like, I mean, I grew up around Chicago. Abandoned buildings were a big no-no. Let me grab some water. The last sip again. All right, well, I'm burning up the water today. Yeah, I was gonna say that one sounded really close. So I started at 73. So it looks like it's going to be pretty close here, guys. 22 more encounters, and I'm going to have 300. So by the end of the stream, I may be creeping up on 8K. Man, this stupid little pile of sand ain't making it easy for me. Making me earn it. Well, you know what? I'm going to dig and dig and dig and dig until I find it. You will not break me. You are a pile of sentient sand. I am a master trainer. Undiscovered is 20%. Wait, Waifu Undiscovered is 20% off on the eShop. I'm not so sure that'd be a game that I'm interested in. Just by the name of it. But don't judge a book by its cover. I don't know. It could be a great game. I think there's probably a number of games I've played that... Oh, a good one. Good example. The Evil Within. The Evil Within sounded like a cliche 3 out of 5 horror game. Pretty normal. Nothing special. Zombie apocalypse. Ooh, scary. Ooh. What it turned into was 5 out of 5, one of my favorite games of all time. So don't judge a book by its cover. Or a game by its title. I get it, Switch. Don't turn yourself off because it's past 10. I get that I need to have my sleep schedule back, but geez. Well, it's just looking out for your health. I mean, I'm going and going and going, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I prefer not to have to go out to 8,000 encounters on stream. I'd prefer to go to bed, but if I got to go to 8, I got to go to 8. But Sandygast, my friend, I've been tweeting out a lot of updates on this hunt, and there are people that are like, "Dude, you're still going? Oh my god!" Well, I am still going, and I ain't stopping. Sandygast, you and me. I'm gonna pass up every single one of you that is not shiny. We're gonna do this. You will not stop me. You will not break me. I'm looking for that golden shovel. And then I'm going to Dynamax and make a giant sand palace out of you. Just like in the Pokemon anime. And then I will use you to eat houses. We'll start with Mr. Mustard. Whatever his name is. Colonel Mustard. Master Mustard. They think they're adorable, too, by the way. It took me a while, by the way. I don't know if you guys watched my armor lock or not, but I think it was like halfway through the 3rd episode I realized, oh, his name is Mustard. His wife's name is Honey. Ha, 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 ha. You think you're clever. Funny, funny. Coming up on 7,600. And 7,600. We're going to do this. Sandygast. I felt it in my bones. I know you don't know what that feels like, but I felt it in my bones. That this was going to be an easy, quick hunt, and I would have you fast, and I would do the battle tower with you on my team. And no. Couldn't have been more wrong. Sandcastle, it's dinner time. Night, it's the neighbors' houses. Tomorrow, the professor's house. That is kind of funny at the end of the episode, too, because the Palo-San straight up eats Kukui's house. And then the following episode's like nothing ever happened. They don't address that. It's like, oh yeah, that thing? Yeah, no, it all turned out great. It's fine. As we now join our heroes at school today, it's like, whoa, Kukui's house got eaten. Go back to that. Like, what happened? We want some more. We'll just cliffhanger it, and then by the time the next episode starts, it's all right. Where was the insurance company? Like, what happened? Remember, kids, bones are what make humans, not a pile of goo. Bones make you not a pile of goo, and that's what truly brings value to your existence. So make sure you have good bones. Shaking my head. My little cousins just woke up, and they're running around the house, and it's 12:30 in the morning. Welcome to the wonderful world of other beings in your house. You have to share the space. You have to deal with their hyperactivity. You even got to wait for them to finish on the can before you can get in. Man, this little Sandygast. This is going to make me appreciate this even more. Makes me want it more, Sandygast. Not less. Doesn't make me want to give up. It makes me want to get it more. You're forever going to have this number engraved on that shovel. Kind of wonder if this is one of those weird scenarios where technically, because it's a ghost, Sandygast is actually the shovel, and the sand just happens to be the form it's taking with it. But I wonder if that's what's going on. It's like Delmise. Delmise is technically the algae around the anchor. Sinisty is not the cup, but what's inside the cup, the poltergeist that's inside it. Hence the poltergeist. So maybe Sandygast is actually the shovel. Drink your school, go to drugs, don't do milk. Here's what I'm going to do. 7,600 encounters right here. 7,600, let's go. Let's go. Nothing. Zero, zip, nada. Did you ever see the Sandygast plush? The mouth doesn't look right. I've never seen it, but I can pull it up right now. Actually, if I fumble my phone, I will. 7,601. Alright, let's... Oops. Sandygast plush. Let's see what this thing looks like. He's very round. Why is it so round? That is very odd. I feel like that's not one of those plushes that would be oddly satisfying. It'd just be one of those, that doesn't feel right, that's kind of creepy plushies. I mean, I could see a giant Palo-San plush, but a little Sandygast like that, doesn't look right, man. And given the nature of the beast, being that Sandygast is a pile of sentient sand, I think this thing should also be able to have the ability schooling, to where a bunch of Sandygast all get together and make a giant sandcastle. That'd be hilarious. I know obviously it wouldn't be very practical to just give something that's not wishy-washy schooling. I think that's one of the coolest abilities for any Pokemon. Wishy-washy with schooling. But technically, I mean, this thing can do the same thing. I mean, if 3 Magnemite can just jump on each other and then that's it, you got Magneton, then you can have like 50 Sandygast get together, and right there you got a more powerful Palossand. Oh, Sandygast, you are driving me to my limits. I will go hour tops. I will go another hour tops. Now they're screaming and crying. Bruh, goodbye, world. So long, world. I will see you again. At another time. My old friend. 7,607. Sandygast. Not working with me. You're going to get a poor performance review for this. Was uncooperative. Does not work well with others. I'm literally going to be crossing into full odds territory for old games. 500 more encounters, and I'm going to be crossing into territory that I didn't think I'd be crossing into in a game like this, in a newer generation. I guess I'm slightly impressed. Who would have thought? But I'm bringing the heat. I'm not messing around. I'm not going to walk away after another 100 encounters and just say, this is not worth it. No. Sandygast, I'm here to stay. Brilliant Pokemon. It'd be cool if the brilliant one would shine. At least sink in 4 of those IVs. I am 1 away from 500. The big 500 is literally 1 away. Who would have thought? I don't make subscriber goals, and that blows so many minds that I don't make subscriber goals. And the reason I don't make them, as I've made clear many times, is because if I'm only looking forward at all the people that I can get into the channel here, into my channel, draw attention, it means I'm going to be doing stuff like, I'd be streaming Origami King right now because I'd literally jump on every brand new release. I would do crazy reaction videos. I don't do any of that. I don't play the analytics. I don't want to. I don't want to. In fact, I wouldn't even be doing gameplay videos. I'd be doing like edited videos, top 10 this, amazing facts. What happens if I mod this to where every single Pokemon I encounter for the rest of my life is Sandygast? Can I still beat the game? I'd be doing things like that. So for a gameplay channel like me to be at 500 is pretty crazy for me to understand. It's like, wow, it's come far. 2 years, 270 some videos. Every last one of them has been across the chop block for editing, minus 2 that are not listed. Or 1 that's not listed, 1 is the Zero Aura video. Those are the only 2 raw videos I've ever posted. How are you going to celebrate? The original celebration was going to be the great challenge of the sleep lock. I also had a second challenge, something I've been holding on to for over 2 years now. I thought it'd be a good way to transition into something really cool with Pokemon. I will see. 500 will probably still be the sleep lock. I know a lot of people, especially there's just a ton of people that do a ton of sleep locks. And heck, they just throw every single randomizer Nuzlocke at the wall and hope that they get viewership. I get it. There's hundreds of randomized Nuzlocks that are posted every single day. Not something I want to pursue. That's already been done. Everybody else has already done it. If I do want to do it, maybe I'll dabble with it once, but it's not going to be right away. The sleep lock, however, that's something special. That's something I wouldn't do very often. So that was the idea, was I was going to sleep lock a game. Sword or shield, one or the other. Wise words of Nita Marquis. Poor apples. And yeah, the Sandygast looks strange. Yeah, that thing's really messed up. I'm about to get someone to subscribe. It wouldn't do any good. Then we'd celebrate right here, and then eventually they'd unsubscribe because they'd be like, who is this guy? I don't care anymore. They'd unsubscribe, and then I'd just be like, oh, what happened? $4.99. We can celebrate again. And if that is my fate, to bounce from 500 off the 500 and keep kind of bouncing and pinging off of it, so be it. I mean, in terms of growth, and it's just insane how many times I see people talking nothing about anything other than growth. I know somebody that I watched go from he was at 10,000 subscribers in January, and he's climbing up 95. He's crawling up on 100. So in terms of growth, if I were going to be doing that solely for growth, which people do it just so they can quit their jobs. They don't want to work their jobs anymore. They want to play video games for a living. So most people, I guess I don't blame them for clawing at it. But I wanted some integrity with this. So to come up on 500 is pretty amazing to me. I have held my integrity the entire time. Not bouncing around game to game. New release to update to, only streaming Smash when there's an update. And then hosting Shiny Dens. I never did it. I never hosted a Shiny Den, guys. I will gladly tote that around. That I am proud. Oops. Gotta make my count. There we go. Never had to host a Shiny exploit den. No 6IV exploits. Nothing to get where I'm at. So, but it really is you guys that makes these streams awesome. Every single time. Smash, this. I'd have nobody to talk to if it weren't for you guys. That's why I don't make subscriber goals. I don't make subscriber goals because you guys always make this fun for me. And if I'm only looking forward, then I'm trying to forget about you as quickly as I can so that I can get to the next person to hit subscribe so that I can move on from there. That's what a subscriber goal does for me. I'll be happy to celebrate it. I'll be happy to celebrate the milestones, but I'm not going to only look towards the next one. To me, that's just it's cultist almost. It's like you're just trying to find followers. You're trying to build a gathering. You're not trying to enjoy the moment and know everybody. You're only trying to know the really committed people, and it's just... I disagree with all of it, my friends. I disagree with all of it, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for honoring me like that by giving me the opportunity to be on your subscriber list, though. Every one of you guys, I've seen you in so many streams. You guys always make it so fun. Brilliant. Will you shine? You will not shine. Scribblers. Sorry, I thought you said scrubblers. I was like, you scrubs. You guys all fell for my great imposter, my great deception. What if I sub with an alt? Then I hit 500. I guess nothing's stopping you from doing it, Aiden. That's up to you, my friend. Like I say, I didn't want to, I mean, heck. So the only goal I ever mentioned was the 1,000 mark because that's where it hits monetization. That's the point where I'm like, oh, well, at least ad revenue would come in and then I'd be able to pay for some of these programs and such. And just that way it's kind of self-sustaining. The way I wanted to build it was I did not want to build it off integrity. I didn't want to build it to where I'm not doing it, quote-unquote, the right way, if you will. I didn't want to do it for selfish reasons. And what's so cool about that is I've seen the effects. I've, for the last 4 months, already hit the required watch time for monetization with half of the subscribers. Most people have that flipped. Most people have all the subscribers necessary. They don't have the watch time. And I'm like, well, I am definitely going to hit that in a way that I'm going to hold my integrity strong. Did it for 500. Oh, geez. Aiden, did you do it? Let me see. Let me take a look, just in case. If it's 500 live, then I at least got to celebrate somehow. I'll play you my notification. I needed to sound check that anyways. 8 likes. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to give me your feedback. That's 500. That's a solid 500. Thank you, my friend. It may or may not be Aiden as a doppelganger of himself, but truly, honored, my friends. Seriously, thank you. When you hit 1,000, can you please add merch? If I'm going to ever do merch, solid rule, and I take this inspiration from somebody I know. Solid rule is I will make sure I give artists opportunity to do designs for me so that they can share in the profits, and I'm not just slapping a basic logo on anything. Literally making super high quality stuff if I were to ever do it. And that's a huge if. Have not even ever thought or considered that idea. We'll see someday if that ever happens. Everyone does merch. It's crazy. But I do know that I like the way he does it. And I'm like, that's exactly how I would do it too. Don't know who that is. Totally not me at all. Well, for that, my friend, let me at least give you the subscriber notification. Plus, you guys can tell me if it's okay. It shouldn't be too loud at this point. I'm concerned if you can hear it. Like if it's, it's either muted or you're going to hear it twice. But here's to get everybody that subscribes who has it on private so this doesn't go off. This is for you guys. Plus, I need to sound check that, so let me know how that sounded. I want it slightly louder than the game, so you don't have to compete hearing. I want it overpowering the game, but I don't want it exploding your eardrums. And hopefully you heard it. I saw what was doing that, Apples. I apologize for that. I found what was doing that. It had a second source that I couldn't see on my list. So it was drawing the volume from a second source, which I don't know why that was even there. But once I muted that, it was all good. So that's why it didn't matter if I touched the volume control or not, because that was not the driving factor behind how loud it was. So every time I lowered the volume, it didn't make a single difference because I was technically overruled by the first source. So once I figured that out, I was like, okay, I don't know how this happened, but I'm going to fix it. So, and then after that, once I fixed it, quote unquote, when it would go off, I would hear it twice. It was echoing on itself. You were literally getting it from both sources. So I'm like, why is that? All I did was mute that. It should be gone, but I had to completely delete it. So now it's drawn from one source, just like the old days. Everything's just like old times, but that's my thank you, guys. That's my thank you. You get the test audio. But no, seriously, guys. I didn't think it was going to be tonight. Tonight's the night. 500. Like I say, I know it can happen quick. Heck, I know somebody that went from 500 to 1,000 overnight. They got raided by somebody, and that was that. And I guess you could say that I always love raids from friends. I wouldn't want to be boosted out of nowhere by a stranger. I guess it would be really cool, but at the same time, if it doesn't feel real, what was the point? And right now, everything I've done feels real. Everyone I've met feels real, and it's just really, really cool. So thank you, guys. 500. Here's to 500 more. And it's been 2 years. Most people probably would have given up. I'm not kidding you. 500 in 2 years? People would have said, well, I'm not growing fast enough. Time to start a new channel, get a new gimmick, and start over and try and figure this out. Most people would give up. When you're not focused on the analytics, you can have fun, and that's what this is all about. Except for you, Sandygast. You're not about fun. You're more about testing my willpower. Making sure that this will is still strong as steel. I found your channel via a raid. See, that's what I love. That is the coolest part of a raid. Raiding somebody just I don't know, boost them or get a reaction, like reaction raids. It would be cool. It just wouldn't be proper, a reaction raid. But when it's a raid by somebody where it's like, sweet, look at that. I'm meeting cool people. I either know the raider or I don't, but I meet them. That's a really cool way to raid. That's what I like about raiding. But it all happens plenty of different ways. People have discovered my channel because I got my butt whooped by Necrozma. People have discovered my channel because I did a sword blind Nuzlocke. I've had people that discovered it because of Splatoon and the Splatfests, and then I've had people come off of Twitter and find it. I mean, it's just amazing. And you meet people from all across the world. Some of the people I know, like Dog Coffee, is from Manchester. I'm from Michigan, like, so we're very far apart, and it's just cool that that's how it happens. That's how you meet somebody, just totally random like that. Not only that, though, I think part of the best part too is that, for instance, the Discord server, it's just starting something where we can all hang out. And it's not so much because obviously you guys have a lot of hangout spots, I'm sure. But in my case, it's just like, hey, if you guys want to see what I'm up to or talk to me or ask me any questions or meet other people that happen to have subscribed to my channel that you wouldn't normally talk to in your day-to-day lives, you start the Discord server and then ta-da. And it's come together fantastic. I mean, it's great. So all of it is so well-rounded. I wouldn't change a thing. I remember it like it was yesterday. Unicorn versus Narwhal. Back in my primal days where I had absolutely no idea what I was doing in Splatoon. Which is pretty much like yesterday, literally. It was during your Articuno hunt. That is a hunt I intend to come back to, in fact. That possibly is even going to be the 500 special. We'll see. There's a very solid reason why. Because I want that freaking Articuno, that's why. I was literally going to capture all of them, because don't ask me why, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to soft reset these. I was going to do it back to back to back to back. I was just going to, like, plow right through every single one of them, knock them down as a milestone. Boom, Articuno shiny. Move on to Moltres. Boom, Moltres. And I really thought that was what was going to happen. And then I never came back to that hunt. I just kept saying I will. But truly, now I've got something special planned for it. Because after that, only after that's all done, I will finally obtain Mewtwo. And I'm definitely going to soft reset for that. To be honest, I got here because of the Glimwood Tangle. Also a hunt I need to get back to, because literally the first Pokemon I encountered was shiny, and then everything since, well over 4,000 encounters, is all a bunch of plain, no shiny, ha ha ha, Marquee, you can't find a shiny to save your life. Nonetheless, it's just really cool. Like, everybody's kind of got a story about where they ran into me, if you will, and I don't stream that much. I think that's a big problem, and I've seen it. I shouldn't say big problem. I should say growth is definitely related to streaming. I see a ton of people stream a lot of stuff, and they're constantly live. Definitely a good way to grow. However, that's back to my point. I don't stream a lot, but man, every single stream is awesome. Why? Because of you guys. So it doesn't take forcing growth. It doesn't take moving to the next tier, moving to the next step, and certainly not the false hype of, oh my god, like, you guys are totally insane, can you get me to 800? That especially, no. Absolutely not on that. Because I don't believe there's anybody that goes around trying to boost people up. Or I'm sure they're out there. I shouldn't say everybody. Dealing in absolutes is a good mistake. But I highly doubt, like, when you're streaming, you shouldn't be thinking everybody's literally trying to get you to the next level. Most people are here to have fun, and they probably don't care, or they minorly care. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to focus on the human aspect of it. I'm definitely not going to focus on the analytics. And so that's why I like to think that reaching this 500 level, I did everything exactly the way I would have wanted it. So like I say, once again, long and drawn out, but thank you guys. I just realized I've known you for a year. It's flying by, doesn't it? It flies by. I mean, think about this. I met you, Apples, and Aiden, and a lot of people at a different house. I was streaming at a completely different house. Same TV stand, same computer, different house. I've since sold that house. Moved. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. You guys have... I've watched you guys go through a lot as well. A lot of changes. Things like that. Tournaments. It's always fun to see you guys reconciling after a tournament, or like Damage Incorporated. That was or Carnage Incorporated. That was what it was. I didn't go with Damage because I thought it would be cool because it'd be a Metallica album, but that was cool. You know, it's things like that. I remember all that stuff. And it's just cool to look back at all that. And yeah, you're right, it goes by fast. But still, it's cool to look back at all the things like, you know, Splatfests, shiny catches, or what I was doing when I caught a certain shiny, things like that. Just really, really cool stuff. Making really, really cool memories. And I would say above all, having a group to play with. Say Smash, Friday Night Smash. Though today was not a Friday Night Smash. Usually it is. And Friday Night Smash is something I was talking about starting that. I remember Rekage was here. And he and I were talking. I was like, I kind of want to start a Friday Night Smash thing. Something I can call my own that I do routinely. Look at it. A year later, and yeah, Friday Night Smash is something I've stuck to, minus tonight and a few other isolated events. I've mostly stuck to Friday Night Smash a lot of Fridays. It's like something I've been going through for a solid year. And it's just so awesome to get everybody together and chat and play. And we do crazy things. Usually it's organized chaos, and it's awesome. Carnage Incorporated. That was the legendary team you guys formed. To be honest, if you ask me a question and I don't answer, I'm asleep. So Shelby's going to pass out possibly. We'll see. If I sleep, or if I pass out, I guess here's a good incentive for you guys. If I pass out, get as many people to subscribe as possible. Make sure it's on public. Then the notification will go out and I will hear it, or it'll go off rather. Then I will hear it and I'll wake up. If that wouldn't be the biggest reverse, how would you call it? Plug? It's not really a plug. It's just more of a, I don't know. It's just a trick. It's an outright a trick. That'd be hilarious. If I fall asleep, remember, subscribe and I'll wake up. 7666. Gonna come up on 400 encounters this stream. Another 400 down the toilet. Sandygast, I hit 500 this stream. It would be really awesome if you were to be the icing on the cake. That'd be really cool. What are the odds? Well, I know what the odds are. Well, sort of. I kind of know what the odds are. Some charts claim that it's 1 in 3,600, which I find that hard to believe with a 500 chain. Some claim it's about 1 in 1,800, and then with the running chain, it's like 1 in 1,300. So there you go. My odds are somewhere between 1 in 1,300 and 1 in 3,000. But that doesn't mean that you have to listen to the odds. Sandygast, you can do this whenever you want. Can't believe it's 2 a.m. I know. I did not mean to start so late, and I didn't project going this long. Sleepy, what's going on? How are you? Speaking of sleepy, pretty much everybody in chat is sleepy at this point. I'd say I'm getting there. I'm probably gonna go 30 more minutes tops. How about I'll go to 7,750 encounters. That's what I'll go to. So to put that out there, that's 79 more encounters. I will go 79 more encounters, and then I will go ahead and call it a stream. Sandygast use sleep powder. That's what I've got in case I mean, or I should say, hopefully when I find it, I have sleep powder on that Amoongus. I'm suffering in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Well, heads up, no spoilers. I have not played it yet. I haven't played it yet. I should say it's weird how some games that I was looking forward to, people are telling me are awful, and I will always be the judge of that myself, but sometimes it's just like, oh man, what if it is awful? There's a lot of people that told me 7 Remake was just something about it was awful, terrible. And then, what's the other one? Oh, Last of Us 2. Oh my god. Last of Us 2 must have really messed up because they have destroyed that game on the internet. I mean, I have been told multiple times, do not play that game. It is a waste of money, and straight up, they tell me not to play it so that I don't support the corporation. So much so, in fact, I guess that Naughty Dog pissed everybody off so bad that I was even thinking about buying The Last of Us 2 used just to avoid putting the profits in their pocket. I don't know what they did, but I'm like, I will consider that. I got to look at see what they did, but either way, yeah. So, but Remake is one of them. 7 Remake is one of the games I've heard a lot of trash talk about, and I wonder what the heck did they do. Despair, why are you up so late? Oh, that's a good question. Sleepy? Your answer. Fighting 2 bosses in a row. I will say this, though. I heard the soundtrack for One Winged Angel. It's called Rebirth. That's what they're calling it. One Winged Angel Rebirth. Oh my. They just went overboard composing that. That theme was just insanity. I can't believe how good it was. It was like, I got done listening to it and I was like, whoa, what just happened? My mind left my physical body and it just dove into this music. Insanity. So I'll give it that. And that's not really a spoiler for myself because I was just going to listen to that anyways at some point. But wow, did they do an amazing job. First time playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've never played any Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy, so I do a series here with Naya, a game that she played called Shadow Hearts. She specifically told me about Shadow Hearts because of my lore, my history of Final Fantasy. I've always loved Final Fantasy. I have 15 over there on the shelf. I haven't tried any of the new games. I dabbled in 12 because my friend had it, but basically I stopped at 10, if you will. I never played any of the online ones, but certainly I recommend Final Fantasy. Is just really great. Usually the story is not top tier. I'll give it that. Like, for instance, some of the standalone games, like Uncharted or Tomb Raider, I think had like just straight up top tier stories. Final Fantasy usually has fairly like a 4 out of 5 or 8.5, sometimes 9 out of 10. But usually there's something that's over the top and cliche that kind of prevents it from being a total 10 out of 10. I would say Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, straight up 10 out of 10. That was, yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia at play, but that was straight up 10 out of 10. Cannot deny that at all. Thinking about getting the original one. Well, that's the one I'm familiar with, of course. I liked it, but it was weird. Like, the nostalgia for me, I guess, was around Final Fantasy VIII for some reason. 8, 9, and 10 all hold very dear places in my heart. 7 as well. I guess at the end of the day, it was just, I remember saying 8. I had to defend 8 a lot. A lot of people look back at 8 as total trash. And I was like, no, I love 8. But 7, when I played the original, I remember a lot of the parts, and maybe it was because I was young, that could be too, but a lot of the parts of the game, to me, I was like, this game's not that legendary. It took a long time to get rolling. In fact, it wasn't until I leave Midgar, in my opinion, as a child who played it, it was not until I left Midgar, which is actually the end of Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the first part anyways. It wasn't until I left Midgar that I really thought the game started getting going. It ramped up. So technically, if that ideology were to hold true, that means the entire remake, Part 1, would just be super dull and boring for me. Not to mention they kind of retconned. No, they did the opposite of retcon. They uncanonized? I don't know how to call it that, but they uncanonized, if you will. They went back on Crisis Core, which was my all-time favorite. Didn't know you left Midgar. Not in the game you're playing right now. So if you're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, you will end, like the game will end as you leave Midgar. But eventually what happens is you leave Midgar, you can meet... Well, actually, wait a minute, is this... Yeah, technically this is spoilers. I should stop. I should definitely stop, because you're playing the game, and you're interested in the original, so why would I spoil it for you? So, yeah, that's on me. I will just go ahead and hit the brakes right here. But I was really hoping Remake was going to involve Crisis Core a little bit. Specifically, one event that happened. I was really hoping that they would continue. I shouldn't say continue. I thought it was the opportunity to remake Final Fantasy VII and add the story they added after the fact, i.e. the Crisis Core events. And actually, a frequenter of this channel, a friend of mine, courteous, he's a very, very, very familiar with Final Fantasy VII. Far more than I am. I'm extremely familiar with Crisis Core because I was a moody teen when I played that and loved it. But 7 I only played once. He played it at least a dozen times in childhood, and then he went back and played it a dozen more. Anyways, courteous is the one who actually pointed out to me that the Final Fantasy VII Remake isn't really even a remake. They tampered with the story and changed a few things in the story. So they unretconned. They kind of killed the legacy of Crisis Core. So yeah, they kind of just rewrote the story. RG, what's up? How are you doing? How's my day? My day is fantastic. Mentally exhausting because of work, but for all other purposes, I'm feeling pretty good. Although I am only going to go 53 more encounters, I still feel pretty good about it. I might even try it again tomorrow. Let's see. Someone else dies. I don't know what happens, and I wouldn't spoil that for me. I just know that they changed the story. I don't know anything else about what happens. It could be Rufus for all I know. I don't know what happens. I know nothing about Remake. Trying to wait until I find out for myself, but so definitely spoiler alert. Don't spoil me on Final Fantasy VII Remake. All I know is people said that it was not a direct remake. And I know that because, they wrote out Crisis Core. So I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. Crisis Core was great, but I guess that never happened now. And then afterwards they said, well, it's not that it didn't happen. It's that it's loosely based on it. I'm like, okay, make up your mind. My day is good. Just woke up. All right, so you're on a different time zone for sure than I am, because for me, it is 2:10 in the morning. It's 2:10 in the morning. This is Nita Marquis with your Midnight Hour. Today we've got a very special request. The song is My Broken Heart by Shiny Sandygast. By the way, Sandygast, I'm at 7702. I don't normally count the encounters, so this is going to be a special hunt because after this, I definitely am not going to count my encounters. But, yeah, this one's going long, so. For me, it's 9:10 in the morning. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's... Hold on, let me see here. If you're 7 hours ahead of me, that would mean you are in Britain. Or around that area. Wales, England, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, well, it doesn't have to be Britain, though. You could be in Spain. You could be in Italy. You could be in any Europe. You could be in the UK or Europe somewhere. That's my guess. That's my official guess. Wait, a 5-hour difference. Wait a minute. I thought they were like 9 hours ahead of me. Yeah, I might be wrong. I think Europe is like more towards 7, 8, 9 hours ahead of me, something like that. Probably 7. My guess is 7. Lithuania. Okay, so it was somewhere on that side. Hey, low battery. Well, good to let me know about the low battery because I'm only going to go for 44 more encounters. Nonetheless, 9 a.m. in Lithuania. Well, welcome from Lithuania. I was just talking about how it's amazing how I just meet people from all across the world in cultures that I certainly know nothing about, but it's fascinating for me to see other areas of the world, see how people live, see how other places operate and such, and especially to talk to people who are from other nations, other countries, as if it's nothing. You're just here chatting it up. It's like, wow, I have access to talk to people from way across the globe. It's Europe. Okay. I was going to say, I was in the general vicinity-ish. My mom came home, and now my cousins are in trouble for running around the house. Boom. Justice prevails. Congratulations, Apples. Alright. 41 more encounters, guys. 41 more encounters. 7750. That's where I'm stopping. I'll stop and call it a night at 7750. Man, Sandygast. This would be awesome. This was the stream I hit 500. 500 subscribers is mind-blowing to me. It's awesome, and it's been such a great journey and such a great time. Sandygast, you could make it even more memorable by shining right at the end of the stream. I've seen people posting shiny Sandygasts, and they're like, yeah, 200 encounters, 300 encounters. Why you gotta make my life hard? I've paid my dues. I've hunted long hunts before. I didn't think I'd still be dealing with that. I thought the universe was gonna be like, yeah, you've done this for a long time. Here, take a few easy hunts. Nope. Absolutely not. We have a dish which is jelly made out of pig bones and pork. That sounds similar to what we would call gravy. And there's a lot of gravies. I mean, I shouldn't tell everybody that that's what gravy is, but that is a gravy. Turns off stream, Sandygast. Now it's my time to shine. I hope that doesn't happen. You guys all know I don't want this thing to shine off stream. I was prepared to have that. I was doing a couple hundred encounters a night. I was absolutely prepared to just grab the shiny off stream. I had the recording going. I was recording it so that I at least had that. But I did not want this thing to sparkle off stream. And then here I am streaming again at 7,000 encounters. Like, all right, well, it's still not done, so I'll go live with it again. Here we go. And then I'm going to end the stream, and guess what? We're no further along than when we started. Hope you guys all enjoyed the conversation. I hope the lurkers enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the 500 mark get crossed and enjoy the random conversations we had, because that's about all I had to offer. There's no big moments coming out of this. I'm doing ranked. That was another topic I had talked about. I'm a very experienced battler, but I don't think I would ever get back into it now, especially with exploiting raids for 6 IV shinies and just... I think I have an ethical issue at this point. Obviously, you can exploit your Pokemon, but you cannot exploit your skill. I got tones going off. I don't think you guys can hear. My desktop is muted. Maybe? I don't think you can hear all these windows popping up. $77.20. I just keep going and going and going. RG, thank you so much. I am honored to be included on your list of subscriptions. Thank you so much, my friend. You are welcome around any time. I like to think I have a variety of things to offer. Not just Pokemon Nuzlocke, but I'm reliving all of the Pokemon games that I missed. Pokemon Black will be on the list very shortly. I do a lot of streams. I'm starting to stream single-player games. I've only done really multiplayer up until now, but certainly like Mario Sunshine, I just finished. That was part of a series that Naya and I came up with. So my recording partner, Naya, she and I came up with an original idea for us is to kind of suggest games from our childhood/teens that the other person missed. And we call it I Can't Believe You Never Played. And it's a series I'm really proud of. Right now, Shadow Hearts Covenant is the game that I'm playing. It's an old PS2 RPG. It's a game that I am very, very impressed with and surprised I never heard of it 18 years ago when it came out or such. 18, 15, somewhere around there. Nonetheless, I offer a lot of things and I hope that you enjoy it. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, you are always welcome to a nice, kind environment to come by, say hi, and you're always welcome. And I'll be happy to see you, my friend. I use Pokemon Generation Discord servers to get my Pokemon. That's another cool thing, too, is that the community of players really is available for people to build teams like that. I was totally on my own back in like my regional days. Just out there in the middle of nowhere on my own because that's all you got, basically. There was no online stuff. You could go online. You could use the little Wi-Fi adapter to go online, but a lot of people didn't have that. But it was a different time. Things have come a long way. Some for the good, some for the bad. See that my brother is still online playing Apex Legends. So I had said earlier that while my opinion is that I am not interested / don't like the game Fortnite, doesn't mean it's a bad game, and I'm not implying anybody that plays it is bad. All I'm saying is it's not for me. However, Apex, I have several friends that played on stream Apex. Now that was a fun game for me to watch. That was always a blast to watch. I think it's the team component that really drives that one home. But yeah, Apex was definitely a pretty fun game to watch. I don't know if I would play. I mean, I'm sure I would have fun if I play it. But I don't know if I'd play it over and over and over and over and over. However, it is fun to watch my friends play it for hours on end. Alright, guys, 20 more encounters. If something's going to happen, it better happen quick. $19 more. Sandygast, you got 19 encounters to make something happen here. 19 encounters, and in the meantime, guys, I want to absolutely thank you guys for spending so much time with me tonight and enjoying this hunt. I know it was a late one, and I know that it's Friday, and I'm usually doing Friday night Smash Ultimate, but not tonight. Tonight I wanted something a little cozier, if you will. And honestly, I once again was hopeful. I was like, okay, well, the universe kind of owes me this. Time for that thing to shine and give me the golden shovel. It's still not happening, but... Although I still have 17 more encounters, so who knows. But at the end of the day, it was more mentally relaxing to sit here, talk with you guys, and just hope that I can end my hunt. And no, the hunt continues, which will just make it oh so satisfying when it finally does pop up. Just paint a Sandygast black with a golden shovel and call it a night. And I'm going to use a little gold leaf on that shovel and give you a coating of spray paint, and then we're going to call it Sandygast. But otherwise, absolutely, guys, it was a pleasure. We had some great conversations here. I enjoyed talking to every single one of you, and that's probably the best part about shiny hunts is just getting to sit here and chat and wait for it to happen. Although it would be really cool to actually find one live, but just because it didn't happen doesn't mean it was a waste of time. Just because it didn't happen doesn't mean that it wasn't fun. And certainly fun, even in a relaxing way, it was fun. It was enjoyable. Even though I'm kind of writing it off as a lost cause. I mean, we're down to 13 more encounters after this, so 7750. I'm going to be heading towards 8K. That gets me worried because 8K is a little closer to 10,000 than I thought I was going to get. And in a hunt like this, where I'm literally just encountering Sandygast after Sandygast, 10K, that might be a record for me. No, I'm pretty sure that is. Because I always say I'm not a member of the 10K club. With random encounters, like I say, if I were to take into consideration years ago, like on Sapphire and Diamond, the idea of phases, yeah, I probably was like well over 20,000 for designated targets sometimes. But for in general hunts, I usually always ran into something before 10K. Well, not this time. Looks like I'm about to set a personal record, and it would be in Pokemon Sword, nonetheless. Princess Shiny Latias, how are you doing? I kind of feel bad because you just came into the stream, and I'm happy to say hello to you and ask you how your night's going. But I also committed that I was only going to do 10 more encounters because I'm going to stop at 7750, and I'm at 7740. So I guess I'll just stand here with Inteleon and enjoy the rain for a moment and ask you, how you doing, Latias? How's your night going? I guess I'll take a look at the stream and double check that everything is running smooth. Yep, still smooth. Everything looks nice and good. I'm good. Good to know. Okay, Inteleon, you're making a weird noise. I'm just gonna go over here and make an encounter. I was like, what is that noise? That's Inteleon. I'm good. Good to know. I do apologize. I guess I don't know. I feel bad that you just came into the stream and I'm down to 9 encounters before my designated click off time where I was gonna shut the stream down. Not trying to seem weird, but y'all sleep like face down, or I try not to face belly down because it's bad on your neck. Unless your neck is pointing forwards, but if you twist your neck sideways while you're belly down, it's bad on your neck, and I guess years upon years of doing that, and it will catch up. So I always try to do belly up, face up if I can, but you can twist your neck while your belly is up. But if you do it belly down, you are really stressing that neck, which sucks because sometimes that feels so good. And sideways is also a good one. Basically anything but belly down. Medically, anyways. Oh, alas. Oh, yeah, even my Inteleon's falling asleep. Give ice cream to Sandygast. Eat ice cream and enjoy yourself. And Inteleon, stop clipping. Latias, my friend, I apologize that I'm going to be calling it a stream here fairly soon, as you have just gotten here. I absolutely invite you to come by anytime you want. You are always welcome. 7744, guys. 6 more. Something's either going to happen here and blow all our minds, or it's going to be an anticlimactic ending. Oh, I won't have a neck when I turn 30. Yeah, I try to preserve whatever parts I can. I've never had a single person tell me aging is fun. All right. 5 more encounters. Let the hype build up for a little bit. 5 more. If it happens right here, right now, it'd be insane. If that golden shovel appears, that'd be absolutely insane. Mind-blowing, huge moment. And certainly, it wouldn't even be a highlight, stream highlight for 2020. It would be its own video. 7747. Here we go. Oh, 3 more encounters, guys. Like I say, thank you guys so much for spending the night with me and making this really, really cool talking and chatting. I know it was a late stream, but I really appreciate the company, and hopefully you enjoyed the conversations. If I had a nice highlight, that would be even cooler, but you know what? I guess that's my last 3 right there. These 3. And a low battery. Look at that. So I couldn't keep going if I wanted to. 7748. Here we go. 2 more encounters. And guys, the 500 mark was achieved for me. Thank you so much for that honor that you have given me of 501 subscribers. It just blows my mind. It is so cool for a gaming channel that does like playthroughs and let's plays and things like that, and streams, to hit that mark. So what a really cool stream. Here we go. 7749. No good. 7750. Maybe I'll do 1 encore because I saw 1 pop in the corner there. I always like to save when I'm in the corner, so I'll go that one. We'll go with these last 2. Here's 7750. Dazzling Decidui. I feel terrible now, especially. Decidui, welcome to my stream, and allow me to welcome you to the Shiny Hunt. Unfortunately, I was just about to call it. I guess I'm not going to call it because Latias and you just came in, and I really, really don't want to do that. I don't want to end it right as you walked in, so I guess I'm going to place a temporary extension onto it. Let's go 20 more encounters, I guess. Just for me to say hello and say, how are you doing tonight? My cat is sitting on my brother. Sweet. Cat found a good sleeping spot. Nice warm spot. Humans, I hear, they put off nice heat. Cats like. I'll go 20 more encounters. For me, it's rather late. But I don't want to just be like, hey, what's up, Decidui? And then go offline. I don't like when people come in and I'm just like, hey, gotta go, goodbye. It makes me feel guilty. Guilty of what? I don't know. Bad timing? Oh, well, that happens. But if I can control it, I can. So I'm just going to go 20 more encounters. This is my encore, guys. Thank you so much, Dazzling Decidui. I am honored to be on your subscription list. Absolutely honored, and I really appreciate it. You are welcome here anytime you want. I do a number of videos as well as I do a number of streams. Mostly multiplayer games like Splatoon 2, Smash. In fact, tonight was supposed to be Friday Night Smash, and that's been a thing I've been doing every Friday night for a very long time, with a few missed nights here and there, but still, Friday Night Smash was originally scheduled for tonight, and instead I wanted something a little less mentally exhausting. So nonetheless, I offer a number of things, and you are always welcome here, my friend. In fact, I should probably give you guys the phone update time. I hate phone update time. It always messes with stuff. I'm literally like, hey, everything's nice, I like my phone, and it's updated, and now everything's moved. I forgot to put out the Discord link. So if anybody uses the app Discord, I humbly invite you to the Neatostocracy. You are welcome into the server, and it is a server where I have no generational gaps. I try as hard as I can to make sure that it's nothing but positivity. Ha! The blue one's going out now, too. Appreciate your work, man. Sub to you. Thank you so much. I am honored, truly. I truly appreciate it, and like I say, I don't make subscriber goals because that's always, you're always looking forward. You're always trying to get this imaginary hype train going to look forward to the next person that you can quote unquote recruit, almost the next subscriber. I prefer to live in the moment and enjoy where we've come from. And I say we because all these streams, especially since they're mostly multiplayer, but even this one, which is just multiplayer if I wanted it to be, but it's the chat, it's you guys, the people, my friends that I have met that make this happen, that make this enjoyable because you game with me. And that's what's really cool about it. So that's why I don't make the subscriber goals. I'm always looking at who I've met and what we've done, our great memories, and live in the moment and enjoy things like Friday Night Smash, which is not going on right now, but enjoying, I guess, Sandygast mocking me is what it is. Isn't blue negative and red positive? Opposite. No, I'm sorry, actually, you're correct. Blue is negative and red is positive. And so if your nature, it gives you a boost for whatever's red and a deficit for whatever's blue. Next hunt. I've got a few hunts right now that I've stepped away from. Marini, for instance, I have 500 encounters on that. No shiny charm, but I will absolutely hunt the heck out of the thing. So Marini's on the list. Everything, every single Pokemon in the Glimwood Tangle is still on the list. My Glimwood Tangle hunt, I literally got 500 feints on every single Pokemon that was in the Glimwood Tangle. And I never found anything shiny, minus the fact that Morgrem was literally shiny on the very first encounter. Yamask. Yamask is a hunt that I want to get back to, because Yamask, I've got the chain built. And Eevee. Eevee is a hunt that I want to get to as well. And Skorupi. I forgot about Skorupi. Skorupi is a hunt that I also stepped away from momentarily. Sandygast will come to you as fast as possible. 7760 is where I'm at. So I said Encore I was going to do 20 more encounters. So that means 10 more encounters, my friends. 10 more encounters. Inteleon looks depressed because I don't think I'm treating it right. I never make curry, I never stop to camp, so I'm pretty sure my Pokemon hate me. I just make them fight. Over and over and over. 8 more encounters, guys. I certainly hope that it's not offensive / rude for me to go offline very shortly after you guys got here. I hate having to do that, but at the same time, for me, it's almost 3 in the morning. So I'm going further than I wanted to originally, but I wanted to make sure that I at least got to chat with you guys for a little while you got here. Can I do Baniri? Funny thing is, I've actually done Baniri before. It was just Gen 4. It was back in Pokemon Diamond. That doesn't mean I won't do it now. I'd be happy to do a Baniri. It's just funny that I'm coming back to some of these hunts after all these years. Shiny Baniri was like 2007, 2008. I've got a picture of it, in fact. I didn't take a lot of pictures of my shinies, but I got a decent chunk of them. I've been posting them on Twitter, in fact. Under the hashtag daily shiny throwback, I've been tossing shinies out, and Baniri was one of them. What a great trainer. Been doing it a long time, my friend. I appreciate the compliment. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you know what? Let me go 11 more. I just realized. Let's end it on lucky 7777. Let's end it right there. That's where I'm going to stop. Oh, I thought my TV went on standby again. It only makes sense to go 7777. Shiny hunting in ROM hacks. So it's weird. I kind of want to play some ROM hacks because I know how much stuff is out there. Fan games and ROM hacks of Pokemon. I thought I'd explore it at some point. Although I find myself scheduling a lot more things than I can actually even get to. Nonetheless, I don't know if I'm going to shiny hunt in ROM hacks. I don't see a lot of drive to do that. Who knows though? Things always change. Naveen, welcome to my stream, my friend. I am so sorry to keep telling everybody that I'm about to end the stream. I welcome you, though, to my stream. I'm going to go to 7,777 encounters. So that'll actually be 9 more encounters after this Sandygast. So I do want to stay and say hello to you, though. I'd want to make sure, because when people come in last minute, I feel guilty about just shutting the stream off and leaving. So I welcome you. I hope your night's going well, or at least for me, it's nighttime. It's almost 3 in the morning. But certainly, welcome. My shiny hunting streak. Your hunting streak 200 more. Me, oof. Oh, your streak is 3. Mine 200 more. Yeah, mine's 7,000. I will go to lucky 7777, and then I absolutely am running low on energy. I'm going to need to go to sleep at some point. So as much as I don't want to end the stream when people come in last minute, I have to. It's nothing meant disrespectfully towards you. And you guys are always welcome to come back. Next stream, that's, you know what? That's the part I really hate. YouTube will not allow me a community tab until I hit 1,000 subscribers. So I can't let everybody know. I have to go to Twitter or Discord to do it. Like, they drive you off of their own platform to go inform people when you're going to be live. So, but the short answer for you is, unfortunately, I don't know when the next time I'm going to be live is. Hopefully sometime this weekend. I know that Naya and I have been talking. She wanted to be involved in Danganronpa, and I have promised several people Danganronpa for a very long time. I finally own the game, so I would love to stream that starting this weekend, possibly. Or at any point, if I have time, I will get back to the shiny Sandygast hunt. Could be tomorrow. It could be tomorrow around noon. We'll have to see. I'll let you guys know for sure on every platform I can. Unfortunately, YouTube's not one of them because they won't give me a freaking community tab. Alright, man. Everybody needs to take some rest. No worries. I appreciate seeing you here and getting a moment to say hi and chat. I apologize that I can't just keep going and going and going. That's why I'm encountering slower. I'm getting less encounters so that I can kind of chat it out. 7771 right here. But I will certainly do my best. I really wish I had that community tab. I could just be like, hey guys, here's the next stream. I don't get the chance to stream a lot, but I try to take the opportunity when I can. Sleep is not really real. It's just a false reality. Then the sleep is for the weak, and I shall not falter. I shall not show weakness by sleeping. Forget that. 7772. Oh, Sandygast. I'm impressed. 400 and some encounters, or well, it'll be 477 encounters in this stream. Still nothing. 7773. No sleep. You guys are trying to convince me to stay up. I'm like, oh, I can't really do that. Eventually, I need to sleep. Heck, I even brushed my teeth and... Oh, yeah, I forgot to floss. Either way, I brushed my teeth before the stream, so I was like, I'm going to finish up, and then I'm going to just pow. Go down for the count. 7774. Come on. 7774. Master Mustard sleeps. Master Mustard's old. That's what happens when you get old. You get to sleep wherever and whenever you want. Not old like me. I'm talking like actual old. I will embrace it when I get actual old. 77, 75. Alright, guys. This time I'm going to call it for real. 2 more encounters, guys. 2 more, and I swear I'm calling it for real. I apologize for anybody that didn't get to stick around for too long. Fortunately for me, it's late. So I have no choice. I'm going to have to eventually call it or just fall asleep right here on the stream. Just not to cheat you, but from a distant place. It's mid-noon, so I will watch your stream always when you stream night. And that is absolutely awesome. I was just talking to everybody about how I've met so many people from so many different parts of the world in chat, and it's amazing that I can be talking to somebody that's literally thousands of miles away like that, and you came in on my stream. That's really awesome. $77, $76. I try to make it, I shouldn't say I try to make it fun. I'm not forcing anything to really be fun. I'm having fun, and I hope it's always enjoyable for you guys. I want everybody to be able to enjoy it in a way that they enjoy the stream, but they don't have to force themselves to enjoy it, you know? I don't want there to be an obligation to come support me. An obligation to come here and show support. As much as I appreciate it, if it's not fun for you, then I wouldn't obligate you to be here. But thank you guys so much for making this so fun. Low battery, it's screaming at me. You guys ready? 7777, here it comes. Let me get some, exactly, let me get some of that in the chat. 7777 shiny luck, hashtag shiny luck. Let's do it. Let's do a little shiny luck, guys. A little bit of shiny luck in the chat, and I will encounter this final Sandygast. If I can get some shiny luck in the chat, I will do it, and I'll feel good about it. This is lucky number 7777. The last time it failed because it was 777, and that one obviously didn't go anywhere, but this time I'm feeling it. Shiny luck, will it be now? Will you be the one? Will you be the one? Will you be the shiny? You're number 7777. Are you ready? You guys ready? Here it goes. One more Leon spin. Let's do this. 7777 right now. Go. Man, you couldn't have done me one favor? Just worked with me a little bit to make the hype work? Ah, what a buzzkill, guys. I apologize for Sandygast. He doesn't work well with others, obviously. Oh well. The only way to cleanse myself of this bad luck is to kill the thing. I'm not going to run from this one. I'm taking it out. We're going to cleanse this from our memories, and next time, guys, next time, I'm going to give it a shot. 477 encounters this stream. Unfortunately, no success, but we tried. So, guys, thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. It was a very fun stream, regardless of the lack of shiny Pokemon on the stream. That said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. My Joy-Cons are like me. They're running out of battery, so unfortunately, 7777 was a big letdown, but who knows? What I'm hoping is I don't just catch this thing right after the stream and then post the video later, but whatever ends up happening, I promise you guys will see it. Good night, Apples. Time to sleep. Have a good night. Take care. No shiny sandcastle, not today, Shelby, but thank you very much. I appreciate the help. No sleep. Sorry, Despair. I'm gonna have to call it a night, unfortunately. Latias, Naveen, Decidui. Thank you guys all for being here and enjoying it, and for anybody that was here before. Diamond is out there somewhere. I think Hoy stopped by for just a moment. Aiden James always. And you guys, may the shiny luck benefit you where it failed for me. So you guys have a wonderful night. Humble and proud, I am Nito Marquis, and I hope you have a good weekend and a good night, guys. Hopefully maybe live around noon tomorrow or Sunday. We'll see. I'll let you guys know when I can, where I can. So until then, you guys take care. Have a good night.